Yeah, my God. All right, full disclosure, we're going to read the pretrial statement from Sarah Boone, but it is so annoying. I did pregame. I've had approximately 6 beers and 6 shots of whiskey before reading this. So if he goes off the rails, oh, here, I got my shirt on. I'm supposed to take the shirt off. Taste the Rockies. Flag. Rock, flag, and eagle. Let's make it a little Boilermaker. Oh, there goes the cap. I don't want to kill you. Do you feel in charge? No, brother. They expect to find a body. Hey, now we're in a proper attire. Alright. Okay. Because this is really 33 pages of stupidity, and there's no other way to put it. What's even worse is after I finish recording this, I've got to edit it. I mean, doesn't matter who we are. The League of Shadows. Why does it keep changing size? Why? All right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sima. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. We had to push it back an hour, but we're still here. We've got the first 20 minutes, and we've got an hour. It's just edited. It's rendering the background, so we'll have plenty to go through. The first thing I wanted to talk about, though, really quickly, is we do have the new Two Blonde Crew intro. And I just want to say or point out how little I look. I think I look like this in the next one. But the first one, it wasn't even that much of a different picture. Look what it did for me first. Right, and then the next one. Yeah, how is everyone says AI is going to take over jobs? No, look, it can't even get that right. It's so obvious. But yeah, we'd have the full pretrial statement. It's going to be part 1 and part 2 tomorrow night, which should be probably 6 o'clock, hopefully. But did you read through the statement at all when I sent it to you? Or so you're in for a treat. The stupidity in this thing, it is just so long. If you remember Brian's pretrial statement his lawyer made was like 9 pages. This one's 33, and it's just
it was 9 pages, but also it wasn't. I mean, it was as it should be. Like, yeah,
it was complete. It was
totally
all you needed in there.
Yeah.
She does a lot of hyperbole and argument with statements that aren't backed up by fact, but she pretends like she is backed them up by fact, and then she'll list a bunch of case law which has nothing to do with her arguments. There's really no way to describe it other than we just get into the usual. So let's bring this up here.
Okay, boom. Respondent's pretrial statement comes now. Ryan C. Baden, petitioner, and Sarah K. Boone. Respondent's pretrial statement comes now. Per se respondent, Sarah K. Boone, submits her pretrial memorandum forced by the petitioner's violation of not coordinating the mandatory meeting.
Oh, and hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you for being here.
Hi.
And I get a real kick out of reading the chat afterwards, and it makes it so I wish I could have been commenting at the time because I'll read something. But Tanika's here as well. Hello, Tanika.
Of attorneys and unrepresented parties as ordered by the court setting the pretrial conference on May 29, 2025. Impartial judgment of respondents' requested sanctions in accordance of included current agreements and filings for better.
Okay, right here. Impartial judgment of respondents' requested sanctions. There was no requested sanctions that were partially granted. The only thing that was granted in that original on May 29, as far as I remember, was they said, okay, we'll take your handwritten financial statement and we'll give you another 30 days. She turns this in 60 days later, so it's super late. And there might have been an admonishment by the judge of like, you should have met with her, but there was no sanctions. What sanctions is she talking about? If somebody knows what the sanctions she's referring to are, let me know. I think it's just her trying to allude to the judge, like, remember, you agreed with me before, and so you're on my side, right? I mean, I can't think of anything else that it is.
Who typed this?
It's got enough errors that it had to have been directed by her, but it's got to be one of her little minions with a typewriter.
I can't imagine, like, that's...
I'm guessing she probably did something handwritten, send it off to them.
Right.
Maybe. I don't
That's
know.
a lot of work. I mean...
But the formatting doesn't stay consistent at all. I mean, and again, the judge gave the cheat sheet of, hey, this is what the pretrial statement, the order number, and how it should flow. And she can't even manage to like copy that. So she starts with, this was the uniform order. You don't need to put that in there. You're just saying this is the respondent's pretrial statement, and then list A. You don't need to say page 3. The judge understands what the where it came from.
Skyflash Media thinks she copied and pasted from Brian's stuff too.
It is. Yeah, I mean, she kind of does, but she gets so out of whack with it that I think she just she did her own she made something that should be very straightforward and easy to read, impossible to read.
Yeah.
Understanding, reference, application, the respondent hereby graciously submits her pretrial memorandum as follows to the best of her ability as pro se and present circumstances pending, past, and present. Uniform order setting pretrial conference and for non-jury trial. Page 3A, supplemental proceeding.
Interesting.
Historical background and filings.
Interesting, given, like, doesn't he have a legal, didn't he go to prison? Well, I get the prison lawyer.
I don't know if he went to prison, but yeah, he's not a lawyer. He's that Delphi guy that.
I thought Tanika, you showed it on the visitor forum. He definitely went to.
Oh yeah, but he's not a lawyer.
Maybe he went to jail. No, prison lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
So is Sarah, I think.
Oh, she's the best.
Yeah. 1. Marital settlement agreement filed May 3rd, 2018 by Circuit Court.
Sarah was not, in fact, gracious.
Expiration none. Earning plan filed May 9th, 2018 by Circuit Court. Expiration none. 3. Final judgment.
None of this should be here. None of this should be here.
Filed June 15th, 2018 by Circuit Court. Expiration.
You know how I know it doesn't need to be here? His lawyer didn't do it.
Right.
This isn't the sex court.
But yet, you know that. She should know that.
She got a copy of it at the May 29th thing, because they had theirs submitted on May 8th or something.
She's so stupid.
Partial April 2025. 4. Supplemental petition for modification of final judgment filed April 12th, 2022 by petitioner. Expiration not granted or active.
So 4, this was his petition, right? So she describes it as not granted or active. Everything with him is not granted or temporary, but with hers, it's just been continued. It's still good.
That's right.
Which is not, Sarah, you stupid idiot. If you read the stuff from the idiot, if you read the stuff from the court, you need to I don't remember what the language was. She needs to notify the court 7 days beforehand that they're going to bring it up again. But it's not continued.
5. Petition to relocate filed February 14th, 2023 by petitioner. Expiration temporary. 6. Motion for contempt filed April 11th, 2023 by respondent. Expiration continued. Marital settlement agreement. Page 2, item 2.
And I just love that she starts with this. This is her first quote in this entire thing. Give it to us, Sarah.
Behavior. Quote, neither party shall annoy, threaten, or otherwise interfere with the other party.
Or wear pink shorts.
Are you kidding me, Sarah? You are the most annoying person on the planet.
I mean, that's all that could be your tombstone.
All she has done is given a digital record of her annoyance and interference with the other party.
Everyone, literally everyone she's come in contact with.
Yeah, and she's citing that as her number one reason that her husband, ex-husband, former husband, is in
lies,
in contempt.
End quote.
So this is where we know she wrote it herself, right? Because this is her language.
Petitioner
Right?
has repeatedly and continuously made the active
active
decision
decision.
to completely exclude the respondent in her family law case, where she is the other party and the mother of the minor child.
Redundant statements. Why?
So many words.
So many words. 10,000 useless words to say nothing.
Respondent has a pending appeal and is trying to maintain and build a greater future with her son and herself in the meantime of her release.
Go ahead.
I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. What can I say? I mean, it's what we're all thinking.
So not only is she ignoring the fact that she's locked up in prison, she is incarcerated forever. She is taking the active position that, unless something changes, I'm going to be out of here. Right. So we have to treat this as if I am released.
Unless something crazy happens.
Yeah.
I'll be out soon.
She has no attorney. Right.
Yeah, because he's horrible and he lies and he's a dud.
And he quit.
Yeah.
He's quitter. She can't deal with quitters.
He can't fight the battle. He can't pick up the sword of injustice.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He knows she is without resources, family, income, and an attorney, where he vindictively continues to add chaos to her life.
She hates that his lawyer put chaos in
He
there.
is vindictively adding chaos to her life.
Right. She just can't catch a break in prison.
She can't, right. And also, I mean, far be it, she's not one to cause any trouble for anyone.
Mm-mm.
It's not like she's killing a man with a suitcase and carrying on so that the whole world knows about it.
But she hates that word. You can tell she references it so many times. She hates that her lawyer said she is creating chaos because she knows how guilty. She knows it's a perfect description.
Yeah.
Yeah. She called it
that's
later.
very telling. I didn't make that connection.
But she hates it.
Yeah.
She hates it. So she's trying to throw it back. You think I'm creating chaos? You're creating chaos.
I know you are, but what am I?
What's that word for? It's an acronym or something where the gaslighter reverses. Somebody could say it. The D,
yeah,
D or something.
Darvo.
Darvo, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is her Darvo attempt.
Yes.
And their sons, and after repeated pleadings by the respondent for petitioner to stop, include her, communicate, cooperate, simplify.
Okay, so she ends the section saying neither party shall annoy by saying repeated pleadings by respondent for petitioner to stop, include her, communicate, cooperate, simplify. So it sounds like probably you're the annoying one, Sarah. Even if you didn't have other evidence, you're confessing within this entire document.
During the respondent's incarceration and presently, petitioner.
This is present day. Yeah, this is her pretrial statement for the civil trial that's coming up on August 25th.
Yeah.
So for anyone who's unaware, what was supposed to happen, and what happens in many cases, the judge says, hey, get together on these items A through I, see where you guys agree, put it in a pretrial statement, and then wherever you disagree, say, hey, this is where we disagree, so that I can focus on those disagreements in the trial for judicial efficiency, right? She wouldn't set up, they didn't set up a time to meet with her, because why would you? Because just based on this 33 pages, obviously there was nothing that was going to get resolved in there. She does acquiesce to one thing in here, but that'll come up later. But so now she's filing her own pretrial statement that is supposed to lay out her position, and it's unclear as mud what this is, but this is supposed to be her position so that the judge can read them both and see where there's disagreements, which is basically everything.
Of course.
Infrequently answers phone calls and has never responded to tablet messages, including while located at OCCD for five years. regarding her valid concerns and questions needing to be answered about her son, etc. He has called the respondent, quote, murderer and, quote, killer, says she is, quote, unimportant, quote, dumb, quote, so stupid, tells her to, quote, shut up, laughs at in front of their son when respondent makes repeated efforts to make necessary communication.
I was going to play this after a murderer or killer. How dare he call her a murderer?
Also,
Just speak.
I find it hard to imagine him saying any of this.
I can see him saying it, but as like a response, being like,
know.
no, like, I mean, here's the hypothetical argument.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like, we need to figure this out. He's like, what do we need to figure out? You're in jail, and you're going to be there forever.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, I have my appeal. And he goes, you're guilty of murder.
Right.
You're a murderer. You murdered him.
You're a murderer. We don't care about you. But like you are, before the trial, it was like it's a murder trial and you've been found guilty of murder. And that.
Right. So that's where I could see it being stated like your appeal is not going to work.
He's right. Yeah. He's complaining constantly. She's complaining constantly about how he does not answer any of her communications, yet she's got plenty of communications with him where he's called her things and said things to her that are causing chaos in her life.
Well, and just to focus on that, she says he says she is unimportant, right? Unimportant seems like somebody that you don't pay attention to and don't care about, right. Not somebody that you are trying to actively harass. Or wherever you tell her to shut up, that means he doesn't want to talk to you. That indicates
a given.
That you are the one harassing. It's not him. He's constantly begging me for answers. He's telling me to shut up. I mean, and says I'm unimportant.
Can you imagine texting someone who hasn't responded to a text in 5 years?
No.
No, me neither. And I've never gotten text for someone, although sometimes people do carry on for quite a while. 5 years, never.
I did get a text from my best friend today who said he finally responded. He lives in Arizona now. He used to live up here. We worked together. We were best buds, but he said
is this Dwayne?
He hadn't responded to my last text, and it was weird, but then he said, holy shit, I missed this. What's up? But I couldn't respond because I was editing. So you all have taken the priority over it. Yes, she is a moron.
Refuses after being ordered by the court in the pretrial conference on May 29, 2025 to complete the visitation applications for her son to visit her in prison.
I said prison, but it's in person. Tanika, maybe you can help me on this one if you're still here. I did not see any orders from the court for the pretrial conference on May 29 saying this had to be filled out. So again, this feels like it's just gaslighting bullshit. If anyone knows if this was an actual order, let me know. I don't remember this being an order. I couldn't find it.
Respondent began asking upon her arrival at DOC in January 2025 and is repeatedly told by the petitioner for over seven months, quote, I did, quote, I will when I feel like it, end quote, quote, when I get to it, end quote. Or he doesn't respond at all when she attempts to speak to him to check status on a weekly basis in her.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Tanika. I just thought it was me going crazy, being like, well, she's citing these orders. So she's changing what the judge says, maybe in like conversation, into an order, right? Because it's a verbal order, because she even says that later, verbally ordered. Now, judge. The court doesn't do verbal orders. She's so stupid.
Idiot.
The judge probably said something like, hey, you're fine. Hannah Banana, hello. The judge probably said something like, hey, it's probably better to fill this out. Tina P, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. That is outstanding. Thank you. We will see who gets them. Now there must be a reason he's not doing it based on his lawyer's advice, right? Because I would think, yeah, just fill it out. Doesn't mean you have to go, right? But maybe it could be as simple as her son doesn't want to, right? I wouldn't. You're not going to force I'm not going to force my son. If he doesn't want to go, I'm not going to force him to fill out the thing.
Do you hear what you just
visit.
said? I'm not going to force my son.
Well, yeah, I know
put him in a suitcase and push him down the stairs. And I mean, I don't think we can. That's a fair comparison. Just saying.
Eagerness to see her son, she contacts the classification officer at DOC to see if visitation applications for her son are processing.
I bet that classification officer is like, oh my God, because everyone in Florida in the correctional department probably has to know about her in this case, right? Because what else would you talk about other than this crazy woman in Florida, right? And then the classification officer is like, oh my God, now she's contacting me. You'll not. How did I get in this position to have to deal with her? Oh my God.
To date, nothing has been received, and the respondent is still trying to see her son. Lied repeatedly about, quote, forgetting to schedule video visits on numerous occasions when respondent was at OCCD.
How can you lie? How can she say he's lying about forgetting? I mean, you can state that he says he forgot, right? But you can't say he's lying about forgetting. What if
he's a liar?
What if he did forget, right? What if he genuinely forgot? Just like she forgot or didn't know why she went upstairs or what happened with George in the suitcase, right? It's a bold. It's just, this is what I'm talking about with her like hyperbolic statements in her conjecture that she's listing as like evidence, which is not evidence at all. There is no evidence at all in this motion or in this statement at all. She doesn't provide anything of substance.
Does not allow any type of inclusion, even a 15-minute call on holidays stating, quote, it's my Christmas, end quote, or, quote, we don't have time for you, end quote, quote, we're spending the holiday with my family.
Oh my God.
She wants to keep things with a parental agreement, but it can't be his Christmas. So basically, now that she's incarcerated for murder, she should get more. Because of her unfortunate situation that happened because of an isolated incident.
One unfortunate incident. Just one. Okay, guy, make one mistake, and he judged me for the rest of my life.
Fired on her.
Not intentional. Thank you for the $1.99 donation. I don't know if you meant to type anything, but if you did, I will look for it. But... And I still didn't get the Dexter recordings ready for this one. I have all these ideas right before we're going, like in the last hour, and then I'm like, I should have started sooner. Maybe I'll get it ready for tomorrow. I don't know. It
wouldn't work for Sarah, I'll tell you that much.
It would not work. Oh, another $1.09. You could have just mentioned you. Thank you. Not intentional. $1.99. Lying about forgetting or forgetting about lying. Interesting.
Meowsing.
Okay.
End quote.
Yeah, lunar magic, you're right. It is not it's not an obscure incident. Everyone knows about it.
I mean, it could have stayed more obscure if she wasn't such an a-hole.
Yeah, she definitely would have remained anonymous if she hadn't. I mean, her interrogation probably would have. When she did the interrogation, that was it. She was going to be world famous, but.
Yeah, but she kept it going. A lot of people had moved on.
Yeah. We would have moved on, right?
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know. We don't talk about Chandler Halldison all that much, but we should because he's incredibly stupid. But
yeah, but there are people who like when you take a plea, that's it. You know, it cuts. I mean, Chandler Halldison. Nobody really writes the judge for 5 years like she did. And interrogation. I mean,
I don't think Chandler Halldison has the energy to write a letter.
No, nobody has as much energy as Sarah.
He's so lazy.
Yeah, that's work, and we all know he's not doing that.
Hi. Did your camera record anything?
Hey. My legs are not working anymore because I fell down the stairs.
What does OCCD have to do with what she's proposing for the outcome of the trial? Nothing. It doesn't. but she would like the judge to have planted in the back of her mind as a brain seed that OCCD is probably in on the deficient actions here, and we should probably go ahead and get some people fired over there.
Her and Lori, everyone's against them.
Yes, of course.
Whole system is against them.
It's like they want to keep the murderers locked up.
Respondents is deceased. Has only enough funds on the phone presently for a 60.
I wanted to. This is another stupid line. She's saying that he's saying we're spending this holiday with my family, knowing the respondent is deceased, as like a dig. Like, you only said that because you know my family's dead. What?
Also, she's got family.
But it's so egotistical. It's so self-centered that you would hear somebody saying, we're spending time with my family. Oh, is that because mine's dead?
It's egotistical and
rubbing it in.
That victim stance, you know.
Yeah.
Knowing the respondent is deceased. Has only enough funds on the phone presently for a 60-second call to wish her son a good day.
I thought you never get a hold of him. You didn't remember his phone charge.
Talked about enough good days also.
Yeah.
Just
not your kind of good day, Sarah.
Yeah.
You don't want your son to have one of those.
No. Well, she doesn't.
Scrapped the respondent's vehicle without her lawful permission and could have stored on a lot at no charge she arranged.
This is another confusing statement. She was talking in the letters about a paid lot. Now she's saying that it was stored on a lot at no charge. She had arranged. Maybe she means somebody else was going to pay for it, but then you need to put that in here as evidence, Sarah, not just, it would have been no charge, because the only thing in the letters is that she said, why didn't you put it on a paid lot?
Auction respondent's storage unit without her lawful permission, where he could have had passed on to her brother, who is locally containing family heirlooms, jewelry, antiques, baby albums, photographs, furniture, clothing, everything from her multi-generational legacy to repass on to her son and to utilize futuristically.
Well, one thing the Paulsons should not have done is left Sarah in charge of the family heirlooms and their legacy.
First of all, they didn't. You mean both of them? And also, every family is multi-generational, you idiot.
Yes.
I mean, multi-generational is even less impressive than having a bank account for 30 years.
What?
That's a
You're
no.
not impressed
I mean,
that
if you have a family,
father
it's
and a grandfather and a great grandparent, and they had a parent and they had a parent. But how is that?
We literally have all had the same generations behind us. We've all been here from around, like the species, if you will.
No, I've had more. Says Sarah. Sarah has more. Sarah has more.
Yeah.
She. First off, if this stuff was at all valuable or whatever, Philip would have taken over, like let's say this was like genuine heirlooms or something that's like important to the family. Mm-hmm. He would have known the same significance, right? Like maybe it's my grandfather's pocket, maybe grandfather's pocket watch, something like that, right? He would have been like, look, we'll hold the jewelry and the pocket watch and everything and make sure that is secured. He would have done that, knowing like I can't trust my drunk sister with any of this stuff.
If none of this is
right, which means it's not true, because there is nothing of value.
But the way she talks about it, as if we're going to believe that she's some blue-blooded. First of all, who cares? But somebody who, because I feel like she's trying to act as though she comes from a certain aristocratic ancestry. Like, even
though she disses,
like we saw all the body cam.
She disses Brian's family for coming from wealth. Like,
and some of them are divorced.
Just like her.
And male spinsters all over the place.
And if any of them had genuine like criminal convictions, she would have put that out there.
I mean,
like even a DUI, she would have been like, and he had a DUI.
Page 2, item 3, subsequent divorce. Item C, quote, this agreement shall survive the final judgment and be binding upon the parties for all times.
Okay. I hate to keep pausing. So, but that's
Yeah,
boilerplate language, Sarah. That is not something that is specific to your circuit. It's not like they're like, you know what? In disagreement, we're gonna say it's binding forever, and unlike the other ones, we say it can be changed later. That is in there unless a motion is put forward, which is why we're having this trial, Sarah. This is a completely irrelevant statement to make.
I feel like her right now in the interrogation where she acts like she's just she's like,
I can't deal with it.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you. But it's just what I'm thinking, of course, is what I always say. She has spent enough time now in the legal process that she should have she should understand something. Nothing does she understand. Nothing.
Do you think if her
mind-boggling?
Do you think the fact that it says she's going to spend life in prison, but with a no parole, like that to her is temporary, right? Well, I can appeal that.
That's ridiculous. That's not going to happen. That's
something that says you're going to spend the rest of your life in a prison until you die. That is temporary. But an agreement from a judgment from divorce says binding on all parties for all times. Yes, it is the agreement unless it is changed, Sarah.
I don't think she cares about. I don't think she's even thinking about her sentence really, or what she would do if she got out or getting out. This has taken on a life.
She does. She does later.
She talks about it, but I feel like this is its own world now. Like, she's just so engulfed in this. She's so competitive and so nasty and so crazy. Like that. This is now it's spinning its own yarn. It's snowballed into its own crazy project.
I think her ultimate goal with this is obviously to get the money, right?
Money.
But to destroy Brian's image, right? Because the last thing that she wants is for her to be forgotten, which she won't because she'll keep writing letters, right? But for Brian to ride off in the sunset unscathed, in her opinion, because in her opinion, Brian is just as much responsible for the death of George as she is. Probably more responsible.
Well, he and George are responsible.
Yes, him and George are both responsible for George's death. Sarah got blamed as the innocent victim.
Right.
And she's paying a life sentence with her murder for murder scarlet letter.
Yeah. But that's truly what we saw what she did to George. This is the same thing, but from afar.
And she's going to
slander and insulting and degrading and trying to take everything from him. But now, unfortunately, because she's such a monster, she's locked up behind bars forever. So she's got to do it in whatever way she can.
And if she had like some kind of media interview after she loses this case, I would bet money that she would frame this as the patriarchy against her, and that it's a man's world where she has been sentenced, where she was trying to fight back for her rights because she didn't want to be killed by George.
Fighting for all women now.
And now the court system, after blaming her and putting her away forever, has taken everything from her and given it to a man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
End quote. The respondent's marriage settlement agreement was and is active in full effect during her incarceration from February 2020 to present. Page 2, Item D. In modification or waiver of any of the provisions of the agreement shall be effective only if made in writing, signed by both parties, and properly witnessed and notarized. End quote. Respondent has been excluded from any / all possible provisions to avoid trial.
I like that. Look what they made her do. Right, exactly. Look what you made me do.
They're working on a documentary, supposedly. Yeah, well, I mean, Shanika's given enough of the inside detail on the people. I mean,
I also think it's been a while already. What are they doing? I mean, and who works on a documentary and does all your typing for you? And I
take it as they're just people that think, oh, documentaries, they're hot money, right? What better case than this? Everyone's interested in Sarah Boone. What if we're a documentary, we get the exclusive footage and then everyone tunes into us? The problem is you could never make a documentary about Sarah that won't just show how crazy she is, because she's not going to say anything rational that lines up with, well, she's going to say things in the documentary that won't line up with reality, right? You can see those in the documentaries, and that the good ones are shown, and they'll show, well, they'll put on screen like this person is continually maintained that they didn't do this, but all the evidence shows otherwise.
They show something that
right. They show the evidence that, like, if you were doing a documentary on Lori Daybell, right? That's a perfect example, right? Where she's crazy and she's just saying all this crazy stuff. But I feel like these two are not going to do that. They are thinking, we need to get sign off from Sarah. I don't know that Sarah would ever agree to a documentary where she didn't have final cut, like, privileges.
Well, she doesn't.
She would never want her image tarnished.
Honestly, I mean, I'm not sure. I guess I know that she would want to micromanage it like she does everything, but I mean, there's no way you can do that unless you'd have to be a real genius to be able to cut it in such a way that she's convinced that it makes her look good, but it doesn't. Oh, actually, maybe not, because she thought all the footage on her phone was going to exonerate her. So who knows?
Right, but what I'm saying is these two are sketchy enough that they just want to get the documentary out there. They just signed off like, okay, yeah, whatever, right? And they don't care if what they put out is a piece of trash, right? So it's going to come out as a piece of trash that Sarah had final cut on that doesn't make any sense, where she cuts out all of this stuff that makes her look bad.
Still watch it. It's true.
And so it'll be like 3 minutes if they cut out all the bad stuff.
But I don't think it's going to be, I mean, I don't know how much money there is, because even though we feel like everyone is, it's not, even as far as sensational cases go, it's not, nobody I know, except for my best friend.
You don't even really need a documentary, because everything we would want to hear from her, she tells us.
Yeah.
Just like you don't need a documentary on Lorne. Lorne tells us everything. Everything is recorded.
And it's all the same. It's just a
all
continuous.
the same.
I mean, it's really, at this point, it's on us that we're still engaging, because it's not like every single letter she writes, everything she does, it is all the same. We just cannot we still can't believe it.
Well, I've come to accept that she is never going to touch base with reality, and she's never going to accept it. But I've accepted that.
No, me too. I've accepted that. I feel like I've accepted a lot of things. However, and the whole straight A student thing, it seemed to be kind of like as if somewhere out there it had been proven that she was a good student. And I've kind of thought, well, do we know that? Because I don't remember the proof of that. I don't remember that.
I don't believe it.
And she never, ever tells the truth. And now that I could have seen her being a good student until I saw how she acted when she got her discovery, and how freaking lazy she is, and how she writes, and, and that and then when it was said that in our chat, I guess, or wherever it was, that she did horribly at math.
Yeah, that was earlier. Yep.
Yeah, right. And
on
I
the
was
intake
like,
exam.
Of course. Once again, I mean, not that I was shocked. I wasn't, but.
Well, I was surprised there's an intake exam. Is it some kind of mental competency thing? Like,
probably for job.
Or maybe, for job assignment? Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just guessing.
Well, no, you would need to do job assignment because they're like, hey, can you count to 5? Because if you're the person handing out sack lunches, then you're like, okay, I need 10, and you can't count to 10.
Yeah.
Right. Oh no, DLV. You're
DLV.
fine.
She's the one who said that.
Yeah, DLV. Is it an intake exam just for competency? Is it an intake exam for like job assignment? What, like the day they had me spend in jail, I didn't take a competency test.
Well, that was just,
although I would have aced it.
But yeah, of course you'd still be there with an amazing job.
They're like, we can't let you go. You need to work on the books. I'm like, no, I don't want to work on the books. Hello, my pro se client. My pro se client, you said something in chat messages from during the Lorne episode, I think. Did you say it, my pro se client? You were asking, I think you were asking about dick pics or something. It was the conversation about dick pics. And I just wanted to go on record. Well, no, I think my pro se client, you asked.
I mean, to clarify, not yours. He was talking about Lorne.
Yeah, not yours.
Okay.
Not mine.
Yeah.
You were asking about, do men genuinely think sending dick pics is a good thing? And I just wanted to go on record. I have only ever sent one, ever, and it was to my wife, who was already my wife, not my future wife. Oh, Baba Ganoush.
Do you have a rash or something?
What?
Do you have a rash?
No, it was not it was a request. I fulfilled the request. I did one time because we were apart for a little bit, but
well, that's a very romantic story.
Well, I think Bobby Gadoosh, you asked it, but then also my pro se client asked something about it. My pro se, correct me if I'm wrong here, but yeah, no. So just going, no, not my wife futuristically. It was my wife as for a few years at that point. Just so, but I could confidently say, other than that, never said, because yeah, exactly. It'd be no. Nobody wants. I didn't want to. I was like,
Yeah,
why do you want to see this?
I mean, if I could just get some people to like weigh in here, I feel like there. Well, I mean, there was I don't know if it's still going on, but there was a while there where as soon as people could take pictures like that with their phones, all hell broke loose. You couldn't even turn your phone on without a jump scare.
Well, I had a theory, TMI. No, I was just going on record, Kim, to let people know that I am not one of those people.
Right. One time.
Yeah. One time upon request.
Right.
It wasn't like I was just D-bombing it out there.
Right.
I have always had the theory, because I used to sell cell phones like a decade and a half ago, 20 years ago. I always had a theory that the guys who used Androids were dick pic senders, and females who had the iPhone were the ones that would take pictures of themselves, right? And but okay, we got awkward. Okay, I'm just saying,
here, as you know,
because I had an iPhone and I would never do it, so that made me. And the guys I knew with Androids, they were definitely.
You better have a soft-spoken conclusion when you're done with this tonight.
No, that was it. That was it.
Has not agreed to any.
She told the story. He told the story.
I said we were apart. We were apart for a while. She requested it.
A while.
Yeah. So I apologize to all.
I respect that story, and I wish that there were more stories like that, and not like just. Here you go.
I'm just saying I don't understand the draw. I've never understood it. I've never understood sending it to women, and so I apologize on behalf of men, and I want to call out the men who don't do it. The men who don't do it, right? Okay.
Yeah, there are men who. That's right. Absolutely. I mean, of course.
Modifications attempting to be made, in which have not been granted or heard in court to date.
Mrs. HearMeowt does not like watching this show.
No signature being executed by the respondent on any paperwork filed by the petitioner when actually included and received. Page 1, Item 3, Marital Settlement Agreement and Parenting Plan. Quote, accordingly, the marriage settlement agreement and parenting plan are approved and incorporated herein by reference, and the parties are ordered to so comply with the terms contained therein. End quote. Both of these court-ordered agreements were/are active during the respondent's entire incarceration of 5/5.
So again, this is just reiterating what she said above. There's no new information here.
Years prior at OCCD from February 2020 to April 2025 and present. Petitioner was never permitted by the court at any time to reduce.
No, she didn't watch before I had the wig.
It looks amazing, by the way. Like, I don't know if you're styling it or what's going on there, but every time you put it on,
no. So it looks. If you look at it right now, it probably looks red, right?
Yeah, a little bit reddish.
So I have to apply color correction to it post-production. Really? That's also why I talk about videos are rendering while like there's color correction on this hair at the same time because of whatever happened. It doesn't.
You mean you topically apply something to the wig, or you?
No, I mean in video editing.
A little nervous there. Yeah.
Video editing. I'm
sense.
Applying a
right because you're very good with visual things on the. But I was like, are you like applying things to the wig because that was just. I mean, a step beyond.
It says in the instructions I can style as needed.
Oh, I know it says in the instructions, and you can style as needed. But
I'm never going to watch this. No matter how.
Nor should you. If it's supposed to look like Sarah's hair, you can't wash it.
The dirtier it gets, the better it will get.
Better, yeah. The less it will move, the more it will look like all of the body cam that we've seen of her, just like stiff little Lord Fauntleroy.
Alimony obligations to respondent. It was required to encourage the parental relationship in accordance with the existing parenting plan, not hinder, obstruct, alienate. Page 4, Item B, the children. Parenting plan. active without modifications during the respondent's incarceration of 2020 to present.
Oh my God, Sarah.
Signed by both parents, the petitioner and respondent, notarized, witnessed, and filed in the circuit court. Page 1, item 4. Parental responsibility and decision making. 1. Shared parental responsibility. A. Quote, it is in the best interest of...
Oh, it is so annoying when it's my eyes.
It really is. It reminds me of recording live from my sofa because he's always doing that. Like,
And it actually is causing me to sneeze a lot now. I don't know if it's disintegrating. Well, I mean, it was $20 on Amazon. So
it will never disintegrate ever.
Probably got lead in it.
It's plastic.
Or asbestos or something.
The child that the parents confer and jointly make all major decisions affecting the child's welfare. Major decisions include, but are not limited to, decisions about the child's education, healthcare, religion, and extracurricular activities.
I just want to pause here because she's absolutely insane in this request, right? But have we, in all the texts we've seen, all of them, have any of these actual discussions come up? Decisions about the child's education, other than saying they were going to Gainesville because he was being bullied at the old school and Sarah was against that. That's the one thing. Healthcare, she talks about you need to take him to the dentist. Religion is never brought up. Extracurricular activities other than the baseball game. Like what? Like,
well, I think, it's interesting because my guess would be that Brian just was so done that he couldn't even deal with her constant text. I mean, who could? And the lawyer probably said, just don't respond. Because you can't get anything in writing anyway. Because what I was thinking is like, well, maybe had he put this in writing, but you cannot win with this kind of person. Right? Like, well, so now she can claim whatever she wants.
No, you can't. That's why it's good to never correspond with her.
Well,
but
she
I mean,
thinks she can, right?
She thinks like extracurricular activities are like singular events. Extracurricular activities are like soccer camp or signing up for a sport, right? A continuous event, signing up for band, etc. Right? All the kinds of things that you would normally, not a one-off. Oh, she wants to be included if he's going to go bowling this weekend, right? We need to talk about bowling, right? Okay, I want to, like, this is insane to put in this thing because this says you want to control and micromanage not only your husband, former husband, but your son's life as well from prison, which is irrational because you aren't seeing what's going on. You don't know what is best or not best. Because
since she was not a mother when she was in the wild, she was literally on the stand said, "I will lie in bed. I will lie in bed because I could be busy cleaning or looking for a job." And then I finally wake up and I call him back.
She has been a mother to her son in all ways, and she's gonna lay it out for us later here.
No, I can't wait. I misunderstood what you were saying about the communication before, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Wait, what do you mean?
I thought you were saying that she said that there's like no communication or that she was claiming certain things that I was like, had he put that, maybe if he had responded to the text in writing, but there's no winning, so it doesn't matter.
That's a valid point. No, that what I'm saying is she's in like my wife and her ex-husband, right? They confer over major decisions.
I don't like him
with boys. You don't like him? He's a good guy. Right?
Yeah.
They're probably the best scenario you could hope for, right?
Yeah.
As a subsequent spouse, but there's never any like shouting or argument, and we're really like, it's really what the kid wants, unless
as it should be,
unless they like want to go backpacking across Europe to follow a band or whatever. Like most of us are gonna be we're not doing that.
I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, I would imagine.
Yeah, right. But there's not not a lot of conflict in terms of like.
I imagine that's what George's relationship was like with his ex-wife too. Actually, and their children, they probably had a relative.
You don't fight over doctors or like education. Like
this is because she knew nothing about this before. Now all of a sudden she's in jail or prison, and she's like, he lost a tooth. It's like, bitch, you wouldn't know if that kid, what he lost, what he was doing, and he was 0.7 miles away from you.
And if it was really that bad, right, and it bothered him, right, it was something he would mention at school, which would get brought up, which would instantly involve DCS, right?
What would she do? I mean,
no, it's not what she do, but it's not what she's making it out to be. That he's walking around like, oh God, I can't.
Daddy's not taking me to the dentist. I'm dying.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
This plan does not give right to or stipulate incarceration to exclude and alienate either parent, which petitioner has continued to do to respondent, the other parent, mother of the minor child. Respondent's incarceration absolutely does not define her as a human being and mother to her son.
Well, it does define you as a human being. It defines you as a murderer who is needed to be locked. You need to be removed from society. And Judge Kranick saw that, even without all of your bullshit that we all see, right? He saw that you can't be out. You're never going rehabilitated. Even without the murder, you are never going to change. You need to be removed from society because all you do is you're an agent of chaos. And much as you hate that word, Sarah, and you are not a mother of your minor child. It's going to be pretty close in a few years to you have been locked up 50% of his life.
Yeah, I think Judge Kranick knew exactly who he was dealing with Sarah, even possibly before she walked into his courtroom. You know, I think that he probably sees not people exactly like her, but that character, these certain things enough in family court and in his experience. He might be the only person she did not shock. I
don't know who said it. It might even have been you. Somebody said it once he viewed that video. Oh, I think it was Reporting Life from My Sofa. Yeah. Once Kranick saw the interrogation video, or in the body cams, right?
I think that he was expecting something like that.
But once he saw it and just saw like 2 hours of it, right? Not just like a moment, or somebody that's panicking because they're facing it and they really don't know what they're doing. They're whatever. Yeah. She was free at that moment, and she still chose to go in and lie.
Video.
Yeah. And once he saw that, I think he knew exactly, like, okay, we're not doing this anymore.
It's funny, Sub Rosa.
Regardless of location, she should be included in the child's life wholly, foremost with the child wanting her inclusion, who knows she encourages, believes in, and uplifts him, which no parent or other person should have a right to remove such positive reinforcements in betterment of the minor.
Delusional positive reinforcements? You told him to F off. Come on, Sarah.
She doesn't remember any of that, you see.
Her child, no matter how and where she is able to do so.
And what was it in here? Nope, which no parent or other person should have a right to remove. Well, she thankfully includes the word should, because the court definitely does have the right to remove. But
respondent motioned the court for a guardian ad litem to be appointed to further.
Okay, just a side tangent. Sarah, when you are providing something to the court, it is not a good idea to reference motions that the judge you are talking to has denied those motions. Don't bring it up again as it was denied, because you are stating that you disagree with it. You are stating you disagree with the judge's opinion. This is incredibly stupid to do. Okay, time in.
Move her efforts in the child's pursuit of wanting, maintaining, building their appropriate and loving relationship, which was denied. See.
Yeah, the court denied it. You don't need to remind the court. Like she was alluding to earlier, oh, you gave me partial judgment in terms of sanctions, which she was lying about. Now she's listening, which the only way you could do that, or the only reason to do that, is to say, oh, the judge is on my side. You know, Judge, remember, you're on my side. And now you are highlighting where the judge denied your action. What are we going to say?
I don't know. I said it already, and now I forgot it.
I don't know.
I said what I said.
You said what you said. And by the way, my speaking in this does slow down over time. It is not because of the drinking. I was slowing down to try and reduce the amount of corrections I had to do. But just to let you know.
Respondent is doing everything she has the ability to do and ceaselessly in her very best attempts to make known her genuine love, significance, and care she has for her son.
All right, Sarah
who
Bridget.
agrees and reciprocates despite continuous, obvious hindrances by the petitioner.
We only have 31 likes. We got 200 people in here. Come on, people. Hit the like button. Margarita M is right.
You know who wouldn't hit the like button? Sarah Boone. She wouldn't.
Sarah Boone would not hit.
So,
I wish
go
we
ahead.
could get a troll in here. Come on, trolls. Where are your trolls?
D. The minor child is very aware of these ongoing hindrances and speaks about two.
By the way, 1-2 from last week. Remember 1-2, who was a troll, I guess, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They have a sock account called 1-2 spelled out. They left a comment on the last video.
Mm-hmm.
They loved the portion where I said the trivia question number 2. What kind of tree is your father going to be hung from by the state of Florida? Right? They're like, ah, ha, ha. And I'm like, you understand? I'm mocking Sarah there, right? Like you're a terrible troll.
Bad troll. I mean, they weren't really committed, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Responded, especially his desire to see her in prison, which he also has been asking petitioner about almost on a daily basis. The minor child apologizes to a respondent regularly that petitioner does not do and prolongs their overdue time together in person.
Okay, Sarah, remember what earlier, or maybe it was later, or maybe right above this, that you shouldn't include the minor child in communications between the two of them. Now, you just write out the minor child apologizes to the respondent regularly that petitioner does not do and prolongs their overdue time together in person. First off, that sentence is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. But you are confessing the fact that you were talking about the petitioner to the minor child and his actions. How can you be so stupid?
Idiot.
Idiot.
E. The petitioner excludes the respondent and mother of the minor child in every aspect ongoing from prior incarceration to present.
Sorry.
You're right.
Yeah.
Her vigorous attempts to continue her always important, meaningful role as an abundantly supportive parent and friend.
Yeah, that is projection, right? That is dry, or maybe that's not dry begging.
All protect.
That's describing my meaningful role as an abundantly supportive parent and friend. First off, you shouldn't be a friend to your kid.
No, that's correct.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Yes, agreed.
But what ways?
And she's
Sarah?
a friend to no one. Literally no one.
Spiritually, mentally, and attempting to be physically would the petitioner bring for visitation have not ceased nor will, regardless of trials, time, and location.
So she could be his guru, right? A child's mother.
Guru. She's like a shaman. She's a guru. She's a disciple of the Lord.
A child's mother is his best friend. What is there a more psychopathic statement to make in the history of the universe or the human language? A child's mother is his best friend. No.
I'm sure I've said this, but I always think of that scene in Weird Science where I think it's the dark-haired kid, not the one whose name is now escaping me, but Michael Anthony Hall.
Yeah, Michael Anthony Hall.
His grandparents are wanting to get in contact with him, and they end up like putting them in the closet or something. But they're like, a boy's grandparents are so important to him at that age.
Yeah.
What I constantly think of.
Pretend judge, $5. Thank you, Suma, and hear me out. I needed this. The depravity in my life pales in comparison. Well, depravity in your life, but this is
outstanding.
In comparison.
Well, hopefully you can deal with that depravity in an effective manner.
That's right. Join a club.
She
has a bad.
She's trying to bust her Bluth, the poor kid. I don't. Do you ever watch Arrested Development? Did you ever watch that?
I have, yeah.
Mother boy, mother and boy, mother boy.
My mother always told me, "I'm not your friend. I'm your mother."
Arrested Development's so good. Lucille, no, Lucy, no, I don't care what Lucille says.
Page 2.
Or Will Arnett forgetting his wife. She's hot. Yeah, we definitely did it. No, you definitely didn't do it. Now we did.
Item 5. Recognition of children's rights. Quote, the child
You change $100 into 100 pennies.
has a right to 1. Quote, have 2 parents and to love each of them. That
It's interesting she didn't finish that sentence, right? Because I'm sure there's something after that, like ... unless one of them is the worst person on the planet, right? And it sure doesn't say anything about like he's required to love them. It's his right. And if he chooses not to use that right in terms of not wanting to do anything with his mother, that doesn't mean the court can compel him.
Everything we've learned about Sarah, she has told us in not like obviously directly, but this in particular says so much about her. And I don't even think she realizes it. I don't think she knows that
Terrible?
think she knows that she's lying in some ways. I think she's so delusional. She's so like, she's brainwashed herself at this point. She just thinks she's amazing.
Well,
There has to be some form of consciousness there, but
it's interesting that she wants so desperately this attention and time with her son when she
wants control.
when she was actively trying to avoid it at all costs when she was outside before the murder.
Now she has nothing else
Right.
to do.
Yeah.
You know, that's why now before she was concentrating on just controlling George Torres and insulting his family and living her best life, which is that. And now she's locked up. Who's she going to turn on? If she turns on one of these broads in prison, they'll kill her.
Yeah, they'll shank her.
Yeah. I really hope she gets put in the hole a lot because that's the worst. I don't want someone to beat her up because she'll play the victim thing and it's going to be a mess. She'll be thrilled. I want them to just put her alone in a cell where she can sit without a peep.
Okay, this is my opinion. This is not a call to action, everyone. I would love for Sarah Boone to live till she's 110 years old in prison. It is the best sentence for her to be cut off, to be unable to influence anyone ever again, to abuse them, and to be called out. And every time she mouths off, she's put in check, right? She's put in solitary or whatever, right? That's the best. That's the best.
She still will never learn. She will never learn.
No, she's never going to learn though. But that's the best
solitary all the time,
for her.
constantly, and she probably will live to be 100 because those people never die.
But Brian Koberger, on the other hand, if something happens like a Jeffrey Dahmer type situation, I am glad that would happen because he deserves it.
Yeah, he does. And I'm going on the record now. I'm going to say that I don't think Stefan Stearns is going to last very long. I think a guard is going to turn his head and nature will take its course. Yeah, probably. You know,
I mean, we talk about these cases all the time, right? Where all these people have pleaded not guilty and they go through trial. Now we see these people pleading guilty and taking a plea deal. I mean, have we? The question is, have we reached the pinnacle where the stupid criminals are now no longer going to go to trial?
Oh no.
To face. Okay, you don't think so?
Never, because that's human nature. That's because we're used to very stupid criminals who have a certain kind of. This is obviously just my opinion. A certain kind of narcissism, a certain kind of antisocial personality disorder, a certain kind of. Like Sarah, she is delusional, really. These people, that's we're dealing with. There are two kinds of criminals, or on trial. People who insist upon taking the stand, and people who don't. And the people who insist upon taking the stand will never plea. And there are a lot of those people. Anthony Tote.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sarah
Brian
Boone,
was
I mean,
Brian
a
was
lot
never
of
going
them.
to take the
A certain
stand.
kind
Brian
of
was
person.
never going to take the stand, right?
We
Brian was never
cannot.
going to do it.
Who?
Brian was never
Clover,
going to take the
right?
stand.
And
Steven
Stephen
Stearns,
Stearns, like these are
never
people
going
who
to.
like they're horrible, and they might have weird ego things, but they know they have a little self-reflection there where they're like, this does not
Yeah.
look good.
And it's embarrassing for the rest of these people, like Sarah, who we were talking about, Chandler Halderson.
Yeah.
The
His parents
dentist.
are dead. Her parents are dead. I think Stephen Stearns and Brian were both like, my parents are going to see this and I'm never going to get Delicious Delights again.
And the dentist that was just convicted. I mean, he was obviously Craig. Yes, he was so guilty. Like, it's embarrassing that the Bryans and the Steven Stearns are more intelligent than these other. You have to be so embarrassed. You're like, wow, they made a better decision than I did.
Yeah.
And because I'm an idiot. Robert Tellis.
They don't see it that way, though. That's the ego. It's like, that's the thing is you can be intelligent technically, but if you have that ego that gets in the way, it doesn't matter, right? Like,
yeah, I just can't imagine, like, even and I keep saying, even when I had my criminal conviction, like, whatever, it was.
It's fine. I'll hear about that before. I just want to hear about.
I'm just saying, like, even I with my attorney, and he's like, "You're gonna plead not guilty," and I was like, "But I did it, right? Like, but I am guilty, right? Like, I wasn't trying to get a not guilty. I was like trying to get like a reduced, like, let's look for a plea deal, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't feel right saying not guilty in front of the judge, and he's like, "No, you just do it," and I'm like, "Okay,
that's how justice works."
Right. And that's like something like that people, I don't understand how you can so confidently say, I didn't do it when you know you did it. Like, you did it, but you think the punishment should be something else, right? So
you did the opposite of what most of them did, and you did the thing that's honest, and then you also did the thing that's smart because you listened to the lawyer.
Right. I didn't say a word, right? Like,
I mean, I'm not going into the dentist being like, give me that drill. I got this.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like, it's just.
I know Joe the Pode said that her name the way I think it's Joe the Pode. Joe the Pode, because she said it rhymes with mode last time. Right. Joe the Pode, $5 super sticker. Thank you so much.
Meowsing.
Booksmart is stupid and not even Booksmart.
And for those who are curious, don't worry. I didn't hurt anyone. There was nobody got hurt or with anything with my conviction, and it was when I was young and stupid. So don't worry.
Nobody. I'm not worried. I know you.
I'm just saying. Like, it was a check though that I needed in my life at the time.
So this is the true crime community. They're hoping you hurt someone and you're going to tell them about it. The worse, the better.
That end quote. No matter what or where they are or their circumstances, past, present, or future, to quote, develop an independent.
I like, just to pause on this, I like how she starts with the quotes, right? The child has the right to, quote, have two parents and to love each of them, ... end quote. And then she inserts her own logic in at the end, no matter what or where or their circumstances, past, present, or future. That is, if this is not part of the law, this is your own argument. This is irrelevant. Like, this is.
Also, look at the way. So this is her clause for herself.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to cover herself with circumstances, past, present, or future. So basically her whole life.
Yes.
You cannot take into consideration. You cannot consider that.
There's no reason to take away the love of a mother.
Except for someone she isn't.
No way to take love of the mother away.
Right.
Bad Baby, new member.
I like that name.
Thank you for joining. The only Bad Baby I know that it's called BAHD, Bad Baby, but I think that's a different person. I don't think that's you. So. And okay.
In meaningful relationship with each parent and to respect the personal differences of each parent and each home.
Can you think of more antithetical statement than what Sarah does? She does not care about anything that Brian has put in terms of restrictions or personal boundaries or personal desires and the way he wishes to raise his son at his house. Skyflash Media super sticker 99 cents in red for some reason, but that's weird. Thank you.
Outstanding.
I'm running out of clips to do.
You're running out of what?
Maybe I have to do something different than the cat
I
here.
mean, there's nothing better than the cat with musing. Meow.
X Derek is so funny. I enjoy him. Well, X Derek isn't here, and I guess
We miss him too.
I should provide the update. X Derek failed Latin class, so he is in summer school currently. He's away for a couple weeks, and that's all I'm going to say. You know, him and his Latin bullshit. He's like, Latin's so great. Well, you failed it, so now you got to go to summer
Latin
school.
too, actually.
You failed it as well. Both of you guys are failures. You
I
guys are
failed it not in high school, but in college because I had to pursue it. You know, like an idiot.
Okay, so both of you are lecturing me on
the importance of it. We weren't saying we were straight A students. And my guess is that he didn't actually fail it.
Well, why is he taking summer school?
Well, who knows what he's doing? We don't know. I'm concerned about him.
Amber Ayala, I mean, hey guys, let me know if we need something different than the cat. Let me know, or else I'm just going to keep cycling through them.
Meowsing.
Meowsing.
Instructed, uninfluenced by the other parent, and
Judge,
wholeheartedly in every
thank you for becoming a
aspect for
member.
the child. 3, quote, be free from being present during the parent's personal battles, end quote. When petitioner verbally abuses and embarrasses the respondent when contacting him to discuss legitimate, necessary concerns about her son.
Like she can get embarrassed.
Pretend Judge, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Okay.
Outstanding.
Be free from being present during the parents' personal battles.
It's coming from the woman who had the cops pick her up at her former husband's house and made the kid come out at night and talk to them.
Yeah, I don't.
Disgraceful.
I don't. Okay. XJ, he has the naivete we need. We are all jaded.
Skyflash with the umlaut and the fancy.
Skyflash Media. What? Who has the naivete? Me? XJ? Oh, or do you mean XD? Like X Derek? Has okay. I'm just reading between the lines. This is how I correct books, right? I see XJ and I'm like, maybe it could be XD. Right. And that's how I align accounts and all that kind of stuff, right? And just in case anyone is wondering, I am available as a contractor with Robert Half if anyone has a contract needing to be picked up, because I need to be on a contract right now.
4, quote, enjoy the mother's family, end quote, or learn about if deceased, which could have happened if her storage unit not last containing irreplaceable family legacy heirlooms, photographs, and history. 5.
Can you think of anything more boring?
Then
learn about
being in the.
Oh no! Enjoy the mother's family. Well, you don't have to enjoy it, but learn about them if they're deceased. Like, can you think of anything? The way she describes them later, where they're minimum wage, all that kind of stuff. Like,
also, it's all lies. I mean, there's no. It's just you're just gonna not interesting lies. And all of a sudden now she wants her history, her lineage steeped in history to be discussed with her child. This was a woman who was running around in the same goddamn pair of shorts every single day, drunk off of her ass, cursing, fighting, and now all of a sudden she's like multi-generational ancestry and my heirlooms and my child must know about my history, just shut up.
I'm just imagining like an old-timey banjo music, like like the No, like not the dueling banjos, but like the Dust Bowl documentaries, right? Like the Paulsons came to the USA in 1960. Well,
Wild.
they
Wild.
did not hold down a job at the Ford factory, but eventually led to being a janitor. And he bought his wife a fake diamond ring, which is now in the possession of your mother, and the family heirloom. Like anything more boring. I'm thinking the banjo music from like A Brother Where Art Thou? Like the
I'm thinking
and
of
Judge. Thanks again, or Deliverance, yeah. Dueling banjos. Thanks again for the 5 memberships.
Meowsing.
All right.
Quote, to see each of the families as different.
You know, I was worried about getting this whole thing rendered out. We've only gone through the first 11 minutes of the first 20 minutes.
That's because I blame the wine and Sarah Boone.
From each other, and not to have these differences referred to as, quote, better or, quote, worse, end quote. Petitioner slanders respondents' deceased family in them not being country club members, having minimal income, other circumstances, etc. Minor child tells respondent, quote, I know everything, end quote. 6, quote.
That sentence doesn't make any sense to me, by the way.
No?
Well, why is the minor child? I know everything, meaning he knows the truth. Like it.
This is something she would say to someone, right? This is just. I mean, it's not. This didn't happen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Granted.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't understand it either, but it's a lie, and I know what you mean. It's hard to even figure out what she's trying to prove there or say there. I guess what she's trying to say is that nobody knows her.
Yeah, no, despite all the blasphemy, what is it? Despite all the blasphemy, hyperbole, and whatever, still no one knows me.
Yeah, and still no one knows me. Would I be the whatever that line is there where she's like, if I had, been killed, would I be the whatever?
If I had been killed, would I be the mother, daughter, great grandmother celebrated?
Disgusting.
And yeah, they're just like nobody celebrates that. Like,
and also nobody. I wouldn't say just because people loved George and are trying to give his life some respect and honor does not. I wouldn't call him a celebrated, And also, no, you wouldn't, because we would still have all the body cam and the video of the suitcase, probably. Because
yes, Shiloh Gal, you're right. The darling mother who died.
Yeah. Shiloh.
Well, I just want to say one, Kathleen, I can write 33 pages. 3 points. 1, Brian to pay alimony and child support. Also, he pays unlimited phone and tablet. 2, Brian and his son to be available for regular daily abuse.
That's still not enough.
3, I think it probably got cut off. 3, Brian and his son must get permission from Boone before buying anything, going anywhere, and having life. Yeah, that is basically the entire 33 pages, Kathleen.
Makes sense.
I mean, he kind of gave a spoiler alert. Now I guess everyone can turn the fucking stream off. But
good night.
Good night. So long, everyone. Comments. Sarah T, $5. Thank you. Theory: she sold the heirlooms for wine. That's why she can't decide if they were destroyed or by George or lost by Brian. Interesting, right? So there's no proof of their destruction. I'm going to play something different for because we just keep doing the cats.
All the doorknobs in her townhome as being destroyed either, but she still claims that.
I'm going to do this. Just something a little different, so we're not just seeing Chloe over and over and over because she's. Thank you, Baba Gadoosh. All right.
Not to hear parents speak ill of each other, nor have to hear about the difficulties of the other parent, end quote.
Oh my
Petitioner
God. Oh my God. We have text messages. I didn't get ready for this clip, but we have text messages of you telling your son how difficult his father is. Why would you put this in here?
She doesn't. She's. I know.
Because she didn't get the records, so she thinks, therefore, no records.
I forgot about that.
No proof.
She doesn't care about any of the proof. I mean, we saw her on the stand. We saw her lying about the stab wound that she kept pointing to and complaining about was not the wound that she showed in the picture in the hospital. I mean, she's just constant. There's so much evidence against every single thing she says. She does not care. And you know what? She gets away with it. I mean, she's not going to get away with it here. She hasn't gotten away with all the time, but a lot of it she's gotten away with, even in the trial.
The rescue dog says, scary thought of the day. Sorry, not to change subject, but the scary thought of the day. If Sarah had, quote, lost her phone and loaded up immediately, she might not have spent a night in jail, let alone prison. No, I don't believe that.
Different person. That wouldn't happen. Yeah.
I think she would have at minimum spent the 15 years for manslaughter.
Maybe not.
Well, no, because somebody doesn't zip. The reason why is because she zipped him in the suitcase because he can't zip himself in, right? It is not plausible to say somebody zipped themselves in the suitcase at all.
She could have said, I zipped him up. We were laughing, but we were both so drunk. I passed out.
Right. But that still qualifies for being drunk isn't a defense, right?
I know.
That's why you get manslaughter.
But I feel like if she were a completely different person and had started crying when she found out and acted completely
sure.
Maybe just let it go, honestly.
That would have been okay. That would have been pled down right from there if she was a completely different person. But I'm going with the rescue dog's comment under she is the same person, lost her phone and loaded up immediately and didn't say anything. She still gets convicted on the 15 years at that point because there's no way to you zipped him up and in the suitcase and he was dead.
She had a child who she was a parent to, which she would have been. I think she could have either gotten away with it or certainly gotten a much lower sentence.
I don't think she ever would have gotten away with it, right? She never would have gotten away with it. They might have been playing, right? They might have been playing, but she still zipped him up and he still died.
It was a good day. I don't know what you people are even talking about.
And she still would have rejected the manslaughter. Yes, of course.
Well, then she wouldn't be a completely different person.
Right.
We're talking about any of us, if this had happened somehow and we didn't take the video and, which is like.
She would have confessed. She would have confessed just as she did in the interview. Before they played the video, she was already confessed to.
Well, she didn't think there was anything wrong with it.
She didn't. Yeah. Without the video, though, like she still gets convicted because of her own story of we were playing hide and seek and then I went upstairs and I forgot he was in there and he died. Right. Which doesn't make any sense. So.
Right. But yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like she still gets she probably doesn't get life, right? Because the jury isn't going to convict her of second-degree murder.
Also, if she was a completely different person, let's face it, this just would not have happened. Yeah, we were both laughing.
Exactly. Yeah, we were both laughing.
We were both laughing. It would have been written off as a drunk accident, but yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, also, it's not the whole thing is just a person with any soul or heart or anything. This wouldn't have happened. The end. I don't care how drunk you are, really. The grown ass people playing, which also, of course, was not what happened there. She tortured him to death. The end. That's all.
But okay, I get what everyone's saying in here about a drunk accident, but everyone, you understand, drunk does not.
Yeah, that's like drunk, if you kill someone drunk driving. That's not, you don't.
Yeah, it's not a defense.
Oh well, sorry, bye.
Being drunk is not a defense to drunk driving. Like, I made it. Right. I couldn't think straight. I was drunk.
Manslaughter or murder. Yeah. Homicide.
Tanika, did you get your passport ready or whatever? Hey, and Suma, are you going to the trial? Do you know yet?
I don't think I can because my dad's having surgery and.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm going to still try, but I don't want to,
Yeah, no, I understand. It's going to end up, I'm the only one there. That's like the hilarity of it. It's going to be like, it was going to be Comic-Con 2025, SarahCon 2025 down at the trial, and then I'm the only one that shows up like a loser.
No, you're the winner. Thank you, Percy.
Polynomial purebred, $9.99. No matter what, she would have self-snitched somehow and would have taken the stand. And she's such an asshole, the judge would want to give her the life without parole for jaywalking. I agree, Polynomial purebred. There's two different scenarios there. Like if you were just talking about not having the video, if she's who she is, she still gets life because it would inevitably lead herself there. And just for that, I'm going to play, let's see here. Something special here. Let's see. How about this? I'm not clicking on it. I'm show round me, show shining all around.
It's just your complete lack of. You're just a performer. You're not. You have no, and that's I like that. You're not.
Well, hopefully everyone understands what that is from, and I'm not just being like racist or something. It's from racist, Team America. Well, I'm doing an obvious heavy accent. Yeah. It's Kim Jong-il. Where am I going? Yeah, I'm going to the Boone trial. No, I'm going. It's in August. I've got my ticket. I've got my hotel booked. Yes.
Unresponded quote murder quote killer laughing at lying to etc. while trying to discuss the child's needs and concerns. 7.
August 25th.
To see his parents be courteous to and respectful of each other. End quote. Respondent continues to uphold, regardless of the undeniable disrespect petitioner inflicts on and unnecessarily to her in front of their son. Both parents completed the court-ordered divorce class stating the aforementioned and their full understanding of to the judge after completion. Certificates included.
And this is our only presentation of evidence. The fact that both parents took this class and there were certificates, meaning she is implying, therefore, he passed. He knows he's guilty of all these sins I've accused him of.
Page 3, item 6, information sharing. Quote, the parents shall cooperate with each other in sharing information related to the health, education, and welfare of the child. End quote. Quote, both parents shall have equal in.
Yeah, well, Tanika, if you can make it, if you can't, I will share all the information I get down there. So it's going to be, but she's not going to be there in person. She's going to be over the phone. I don't imagine it being any less awesome because she's going to be as horrible, whatever. But it'll actually be better because they can mute her. I would actually imagine it's probably going to be a video telephone conference. Tanika, what do you think? Because most of the time when people are appearing virtually, they're on camera. So she's going to be in some little cell. So it should be good. My pro say, have fun at the trial center. Regards. Well, yeah, that's hopefully the trial happens, or else, like I said, I'm going to be very bored in Orlando for 5 days. Because I'm taking the red eye and then getting over there. We'll play this.
5 days.
Skyflash Media think she put her own blood on the curtain rod.
Are you sure there was blood on the curtain rods?
Well, they never collected the curtain rod, so how do they know that there was no blood on it?
Yeah.
5 days. No, well, it's technically 5 days. I'm flying red eye because I live in Seattle, so it's as far as you can get away from Orlando.
Glutton for punishment.
So I'm flying red eye Friday night over to. Oh. She will be there. My passport.
All right. I was going to tell you, Tanika, that I recently had to order my dad's passport, as a matter of fact, like expedited, and it came so fast. I was like, wow, I did not expect that. So Good.
I'm going to be flying red eye Friday night, arriving Saturday morning ish. And then my hotel, I can check in Saturday night. And I wanted to be there because I could do the same thing for Sunday. But then I was like, what if I'm dragging or whatever? And I got there Sunday. So I'm going to have all day Sunday to decompress and
I really want to go and hang
relax.
out.
And then Monday is the trial. And then Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon, I fly out. Because I didn't want it to be like an 8 a.m. flight because it's like a
smart
1 hour Uber trip or whatever from the downtown Orlando to the airport. Speaking of passports, well, I could tell the story. Let me just say this. My wife and I had planned a trip to Jamaica in 2018, and I go to check into the flight on a Friday. This is Friday at 11 a.m. I'm checking in for a 7 p.m. flight, and I check in, and then the Delta app tells me there's a problem with your passport. And then I realize at that point that passports expire, which I did not think of before. So my passport was expired. So it was 11 a.m. and I'm going to fly at 7 p.m. and my passport expired. What do you think? What do you guys think happened? On a Friday.
I mean, I don't know.
I managed to get my passport renewed and reissued within the next 4 hours.
How?
Because I'm just that goddamn good.
Yeah. Well, now everyone's going to call you.
And I'm lucky enough that Seattle has one of the 6 passport offices in the country. So I called them
Seattle,
up.
So we're in New York City.
I said, hey, I called them up. I was like, I need a slot. I need a time to come and renew my passport. And they're like, well, you can be here at 1 o'clock. And it was like 12:35 at the time, and I'm in Bellevue, which is at least more than 25 minutes away. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. And then I went to Walgreens, got my photo taken real quick, but of course I'm behind the person that is having their photo taken, and the person is like, what do you think of this one? They're like, I don't know. And they're just like doing retakes. I'm like, oh my god, hurry, let me get through. I got there at like 1:20, 20 minutes after my appointment. I check in, I was like, I don't know if you can still get me in. I'm 20 minutes late, and they're like, just go ahead and sit down. And then I went into the line, got to the counter. I had the printout of my flight showing that I was flying that day. I was like, please, I don't care, whatever it costs, please, dear God, let me get a passport. I have to go on this trip. You don't
need a passport to fly to Florida, I don't think. Sorry.
No, but this was Jamaica.
No, I know. I was answering something in the text. Go on. I'm sorry.
And they went, they're like, go take a seat. She didn't say either way. She's just like, just go take a seat. I took a seat, and they called me up, and then they handed me my passport. And then I was like, oh my God, I did it. I did it. I got a new passport in 4 hours.
That's so crazy. That's even possible.
And then the funny twist of the story that I was telling my wife, I was like, you should just go ahead, right? And I will figure out a way to get my passport, and I will join you, because it was like a week-long trip. Yeah. And she's like, no, what's going to happen? And we go to check in that night, and then we're checking in, and then they flag us. And I'm like, no, it's probably because my passport was issued today. Now, it turns out because my wife still had her passport from before we were married with her old name.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, she can't fly. And then I was like, sitting there, and I was like, well, actually, technically, I said you should go. Well, I couldn't fly. So probably I should go, right? Like, but we managed to get it updated, and we just changed her name on the ticket back to her maiden name. So it was a nice little scramble, but it was interesting.
It's interesting to know that even post 9/11, you can get your passport renewed so quickly.
Yeah, if the stars align, if you're next to a passport office and you have all the stuff, and you have. The only way I got it emergency was like showing like, I have a flight tonight. I have a flight that leaves tonight.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen here. I don't know. I mean, we have to go to this place called It's Easy and pay all kinds of money and get to get it expedited in a month or whatever, like maybe 2 weeks.
No, I even looked those up on they're like next day passports, right?
You just literally lucked out.
But it was going to be like
day doesn't even happen.
It was going to be like $500, and I'm like, okay, but will you get it to me tomorrow? And tomorrow
Right.
was going to be a Saturday. And they're like, well, no, next business day. It's like, so not till Monday? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, what time on Monday? They're like, end of business. I'm like, so 5 p.m. Monday? That doesn't make any sense. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough of this sidetrack here.
Independent authority with regard to the child's education, emotional, and social progress, end quote.
There is no
Page
second
3,
stream
item
scheduled
7,
for tonight.
Scheduling. 1. Schedule changes. Quote, a parent making a request for a schedule change will make the request as...
Why no, Lauren? Because we're 12 minutes into this video and we're already at an hour and 35. Yeah. We're going to be forever.
soon as possible.
We do have a Lorne cartoon that is going to come at the break at the end of this, whenever we get to the first 20-minute section.
In the morning.
Yes. We might do a Lorne episode after tomorrow night's episode. Maybe. I don't know. But we got to get through this.
But no event except in case of emergency less than 48 hours before the change is to occur, end quote. Petitioner does not advise or communicate in any manner to the respondent of known plans or changes in the child's life overall, or for vacations, schooling, appointments, etc., even after she has repeatedly requested to be included and updated about her son. Page 4, item 8, time sharing schedule. Time is time regardless of how and where it is spent. On the phone, video visits, in person, etc. And there are no stipulations stating upon incarceration. In other forms, it cannot be completed in this parenting plan in agreement of both parties. Both parents are to have time with the minor child. Petitioner has withheld accordance and inclusion of the respondent in any quote.
See Margarita M's comment. HearMeowt is probably streaming Lorne with another chat behind her back. You're cheating on me!
Time on any holiday and has made their overall allowed time together extremely difficult, uncomfortable, and inconsistent. After repeated requests from both the respondent and her son to the petitioner to stop obstructing their time for over five years, see responses by petitioner under behavior, page 1. He intentionally continues to negatively impact and deter. Page 5, item 12, communication. 1, quote, between parents. All communications regarding the child shall be between the parents. The parent shall not use the child as a messenger to convey information, ask questions, or set up schedule changes. The parents shall communicate with each other by
we already
text,
cover this?
telephone, email, or in person.
Well, she probably
Respondent
repeats it a lot.
continuously makes
All right, if everyone wants to do a Lorne stream after this, I will, but I'm not gonna force Suma to stay up that late.
And
every
no, I was
attempt to
actually
be
gonna
included
just
in her
text you and be like, if you want to do some Lorne, we can. I mean, even if we could do 3 parts of the Boone. I don't know.
Sure. Okay. I got to get the episode ready in the
We
background.
can't
Though.
disappoint people.
It's going to be the sex ed
Lorne
episode.
is always stupid.
Sex ed, it's pretty good.
son's life with meaningful, intelligent focus and input to make him a greater person, as she did foremost before her incarceration. She tries all possible forms of communication. Phone
But
calls,
she's talking about
tablet
herself in the third
messages,
person now?
handwritten letters,
Yes.
texts from
Of course.
outside
That's what professionals do.
She's speaking as God in God's voice now.
Yes.
resources, etc. to the petitioner who does not respond, other than telling her she is, quote, worthless, quote, unimportant, and, quote, makes no difference, end quote. If any response at all from avoiding calls, not one response via tablet message for over five years, or any other response requested to know about her son and how she can be included. When on the phone with her son, the respondent has no choice other than to ask him to communicate with the petitioner her legitimate concerns and questions the minor son has mentioned to her to ask in the first place, and is told, quote, I'm not talking to her, end quote. The respondent's son repeatedly...
See there? She's laying out her defense right now for her actions. She's saying...
She's
Look,
talking about herself. She has the.
I didn't have...
She talk in the first person before this?
Well, what she's saying is I didn't have any choice but to harass them because...
No, of course. They forced her to.
Well, because they refuse to respond.
For 5
And
years.
that's the only
Any
reason
normal person would.
That's the only reason I had to, approach my son, asking him
She
about
had to.
a former
Respondent had
husband.
to.
Yes, that's the reason. So she's trying to prime the pump here. Look, they're gonna say I did all this kind of communication with my son about the former husband, but look, the reason I did is because he wouldn't communicate with me.
They practically begged me.
Apologizes for the petitioner's response and actions towards her, knowing he does not get an answer directly either of his.
Yeah, there are a lot of mods on the channel. Anyone who wants to be a mod, you just gotta message on the.
Even trolls can be mods.
Well, I don't think we have any trolls as mods. The only concern I have with mod, I don't care who's a mod. Mod is fine. I just don't want anyone taking down ironic content, and I don't want anyone taking down Lorne content.
Our people would never do that. They're too clever for that.
But they might not recognize that it's Lorne content if they're not correctly.
Lornologists.
Yes, if they're not Lornologists.
Wants and needs, where he tries to involve her, knowing her advocacy and vigorous attempts to tend to him in every way, past, present, and future. 2. Quote, between parent and child. Both parents shall keep contact information current. Telephone or other electronic communication between the child and other parent shall not be monitored by or interrupted by the other parent. Quote, electronic communication, end quote, includes telephones, electronic mail or emails, webcams, video conferencing equipment, and software or other wired or wireless technologies or other means of communication to supplement face-to-face contact. The child may have daily telephone, text, Skype/FaceTime, and email contact with both parents during reasonable waking hours, end quote. Respondent has been trying all options to consistently communicate with their son in accordance to date without success, and with ongoing interruptions, unwanted inclusion, delay, and withholding of these active options by the petitioner.
You'll
Page
what,
6,
Ken Judge?
Item 13. Changes or modifications of the parenting plan. 1. Quote, this parenting plan may be modified or varied on a temporary basis when both parents agree in writing. When the parents do not agree, the parenting plan remains in effect until further order of the court, end quote. This plan is active and has been since the respondent's incarceration of 2020 to present, with no revisions agreed upon in writing or verbal when attempted by the respondent to petitioner, making the parenting plan in effect and current without further order of the court to be so otherwise. Petitioner has willfully continued to violate the.
I mean, again, all this stuff is bullshit.
Yeah.
We're here to discuss a change to the order, Sarah.
No judge is going to read this and not think she's horrible.
But I mean, it doesn't matter, Sarah. You're listing out what was. We're here to talk about what's going to be. Just citing what was isn't appropriate. I got distracted by a pretend judge comment. You'd love to be a mod without the responsibility. Okay.
His active and ordered parenting plan and his blatant disregard for the court's authority and the parental relationship between the respondent and her son. All of the aforementioned, quote, chaos in this section are further examples by experience of such contributed and created by the petitioner. 2, quote, any substantial changes to the parenting plan must be sought through the filing of a supplemental petition for modification, end quote. The petitioner's petition has not been granted in court and is awaiting judgment since being filed in 2022. Page 6, item 14, relocation. 1. Any relocation of the child is subject to and must be sought in compliance with S 61.13001, Florida statute.
Yeah, Modern Meme Shop, I get the feeling that you're kind of jealous or something. Because your 2 comments have been about mods. Nobody else cares about mods here. Do you care about Sarah? Do you care about Lorne?
Respondent is agreeing and giving her permission to permanent relocation of petitioner and minor son. Page 6, item 15.
And that's the best way to be.
Conflict resolution. 1, quote, parent shall attempt to cooperate.
No, I'm not saying you're jealous. I'm saying, what are you talking about? Why are you talking about mods?
resolve any disputes which may arise over the parenting plan. The parent shall use
No,
immediate
it's not meowsing. It's a meowsing. Oh my God, you're not even quoting it right. Is this another troll? Does anyone recognize this person?
I do.
Is it a troll?
No.
Okay.
or
And
other
you're fine.
dispute
Suma has blessed you.
Yeah, but I'm
resolution,
watching
ethics, and assistance, such as parenting coordinators and parenting counselors, before filing a court action, end quote. Respondent has consistently and patiently cooperated in every manner with the petitioner and his counsel in hopes of mutually fair resolutions for herself, their son, and the court. Instead of their ongoing exclusion, mass confusion, untruths, and obstacles for all.
What's happening?
Which should have resolved and narrowed many items to be discussed in the now proposed trial. Foremost in priority, the respondent's continued parental relationship, which should have already been unhindered and encouraged by the petitioner.
What is happening here?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the end of it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. That's the end of the first part. Okay. So what we're going to do here before we bring up part 2 is we're just going to show a little cartoon. Or do you think we should skip the cartoon? We're gonna do...
I don't know.
All right. So we're just going to show the little cartoon because I think everyone should enjoy the Lornography hilarity. We get one or two more comments conversions every week. So this is a Rod call, and just to give you a backup of this, Rod, who is a locale TCAP person. No, that was an amazing reading. That was only 20 minutes out of 2 hours. He is talking to Jamie. Amy is a 25-year-old porn star who he thinks looks like this. This is who he thinks he's talking to. This is who he thinks his girlfriend is, but she's really a robot now because she lost her voice due to COVID, and she is talking to him. And the cardinal sin that has happened tonight is while they're talking on the phone, they're supposed to talk at 7 p.m. Unfortunately, Lorne didn't call at 7 p.m. and neither did Jamie, and Lorne fell asleep. And so now it's 7:30. And
one more thing you have to specify though about the voice is male and why.
The voice is male because Lorne did not understand the female text-to-speech. And also, again, Jamie is not real. It is being played by a man doing the text-to-speech who is Will, who appears in this call as well. But Jamie has been talking to her friend online, Rod. And this
not really. None of these people are real.
None of these people are real other than Lorne. Lorne is a real person. Will is a real person Will is being played by a real person who is voicing other characters, but other than that, none of these people ever come on call at all. Here we go.
You got a super chat from Meme.
Oh, and this is a cartoon from Slothcat. He makes very good
he's
cartoons. Pretend Judge, I love the Lorne conversions. Even replay the rundown you made. I listened to it and now I'm hooked on Replay Crew. Oh, should I play the
we had an earthquake here an hour ago. Apparently.
You had an earthquake 3.0? Yeah. It's bullshit. 3.0. You understand we are living on the Cascadia subduction zone, and we're gonna have 9.0, which is going to be okay. It's every bragging.
I don't understand what's happening.
No, every scale is 30 times. So 3 to 4 is 30, 4 to 5 is 900, 5 to 6 would be 2700. 6 to 7 would be whatever, like under 80,000. 7 to 8 would be 210,000. 8 to 9 is we're going to be talking we're talking 6 million times more devastating than your earthquake that just happened.
Well, yeah, except for we have buildings here that are like
I'm record bragging. I'm record bragging on the earthquake scale. Well, you have buildings there. Like, we don't have buildings in Seattle.
I didn't either, Addie, and I didn't know you were in New York City. That was it. I just got a text from my mother. She was like, "Did you hear the earthquake?" I was like, "No." Did you feel it? Whatever she said. We've had every once in a while.
I was in Michigan during the Nisqually quake, so modern mean shot. You're okay with me because I know you're in the Pacific Northwest, right? But the 7.0 to 9.0 is going to be 300 times stronger with the Cascadia of subductions on. So we're going to watch this Sloth Cat cartoon here because Sloth Cat does great things, even though he doesn't do consistent content. But
hello.
Hi.
Hello.
What happened? You okay?
I'm fine.
What happened?
I was distracted.
So who distracted you on the internet so easily?
Pardon?
I said, who on the internet distracted you so easily?
Easily?
Yeah. Rod. Fucking seriously. You didn't call me at 7:30 because you were distracted by fucking Rod. Rod, are you goddamn fucking kidding me?
I didn't realize it was
the quivering in his voice. He is so mad.
Time.
Oh, Derek. Oh, they let you have chat at Latin school? You're at summer school, bro. For failing Latin class.
Never mind, Jamie. I'm getting off the fucking phone. I don't want to take your fucking precious time up with that goddamn motherfucking Rod. I'm so sorry I fucking interrupted your time with Rod. What?
What's wrong?
What?
What the fuck is going on with Rod? I want to know, Jamie. You didn't call me for over a fucking half hour. Over what a normal time of calling me is. So that you could talk to fucking Rod and spend time with him.
You were asleep anyway.
I don't give a fuck, Jamie. My phone is right there. When you called, it would have woke me up.
What?
Why don't you tell me what's so goddamn...
No question.
I'm just gonna say I love the pink like insulation, like raw insulation on the wall.
Right. Yep. They've gotten from the teardown house. Although the teardown house has blown in insulation, and I think Slothcat kind of messed this up because he's got actual rolled insulation here. So
I'm special about Rod.
I just didn't realize what time it was.
Is this who you were talking to last night? When we got off the fucking phone and when you didn't want to text me anymore?
And thank you, Baba Gadoosh. Yes, this is the Lorne content that is so wonderful that I keep trying to let you all know about that exists. That's why I keep trying to convince you to keep watching the Lorne streams afterwards.
Is that who you were spending time with fucking Rod?
For a little bit.
Really?
Really?
Are you fucking kidding me, Jamie? Unfucking believable. I'm getting off the fucking phone. I'm getting off the fucking phone so you can spend your goddamn time with that internet motherfucker. What?
I guess you should also add, in the universe, the reason that Jamie is talking to Rod is because Rod is a virgin and she is searching out a virgin, and Lorne will not admit he's a virgin. So therefore, he can't kill his greatest enemy by just admitting he's a virgin.
So important about
because
Rod.
I need to call every time. Keep saying it.
Jamie.
Yeah, I already showed Suma some weird versions earlier of this. I showed her the Rod version of weird versions. Weird versions make songs out of these, and they are great. Yeah, maybe we'll do that as the outro. I don't know, or on the Lorne call. I don't know.
He doesn't want to come up here, I guess.
That's old considering it's been.
Yeah, Derek, why don't you want to come up? Are you talking to another guy?
Yeah.
You talking to other guy?
What cocksucker are you talking to?
Derek, I finished talking to you at 12:30 p.m. my time last night. You say goodnight to somebody else last night?
Me that's been calling you. And when I call, I'm calling like 3, 4, 5, 6 times for a week or more.
Out of how many months?
Are we sure Lorne has the V card? Well, we're going to listen to the sex ed talk after this, and you be the judge if this man has ever had sex.
You tell us.
I don't think he has.
Doesn't matter when I call. It's 3, 4, 5, 6 times before you answer. You know why? Because you're busy on the internet with Rod.
Oh, wait.
You're even not wanting to text me anymore.
I like all the background. You see the things on his fridge here: sex offender class, or sex assault class, fail.
And also, he puts it up there like parents put up like gold stars.
Even though he keeps failing pedo class in his polygraphs.
More.
Shut up. Hold on.
I'm holding on.
He looks better in the cartoon than he did.
Yeah.
He's like more buff. He also reminds me a little bit.
Wait. Oh, go ahead.
Turtle Boy. That's all in this visual.
So this is a key moment here. They're talking again, and listen. She says, "Hold on." Right.
Hold on.
I'm holding on.
So 30 seconds goes by where Lorne is on hold. 30 seconds.
Okay, sorry, thought I got a message from Rod.
Oh my God.
What do you want?
You lose signal?
No, I didn't lose signal.
Why?
I hung up because you put Rod before me again. I'm not playing a fucking game with you. You want to put that internet motherfucker before me?
How dare you?
I'm not fucking how dare me. I'm not the one that fucking talked to another goddamn person till fucking 8 o'clock and forgot all about you.
How dare you? Enjoy your life.
Don't give me.
All right.
This robot is a lot sexier
Hello.
than in real life.
Hey, Lorne.
So this is Will.
Will.
Hey, Will.
What the fuck is going
Will, just to those who don't know, Will is Jamie's best friend in the universe. Will is also the ex-husband of Winnie, one of Lorne's other girlfriends. But Will is actually sitting there typing Jamie's voice. He is Jamie. Okay.
on?
I'll talk to Jamie when she wants to talk to me.
I'm just trying to help you guys. Okay. All right.
Hello.
Hey, Lorne. This is Will.
Hey.
What's going on?
She's been spending time with Rod. Then while we were fucking talking, she put me on hold for 30 seconds because she thought she had a message from Rod.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That shit's not fucking kosher with me.
Kosher?
She doesn't want to fucking answer questions that I have. She just wants to fucking flip it around and try to flip it around and make me so it's all me. So fuck that. I can't believe this fucking even happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do want to talk to her.
I sent you the link,
I do want to talk to her again, Will.
All right, well. All right.
I did pretend judge.
Hello. Hello.
All right, so he's been put on hold for 30 seconds. And now just watch what Jamie's doing.
Just a long time.
Oh my God. Oh no. He puts himself on mute a lot. I know that.
Hello.
Oh, does anyone see what she's doing? Oh no.
Hello.
What?
What's taking you so long to answer me?
I'm typing.
What do you...
Everyone welcome Derek. And with
Good,
X
and
Derek
you?
being here, this is officially another Bromo stream. Can't let anyone in. All right, there we go.
That's enough of that.
That's enough of that.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me all right? I'm on my phone.
Yes. Hi.
Hey,
Hello. Hi.
you sound so sweet.
You sound so sweet. All right. Well, I knew you were really out of town. We play a little Lorne. Isn't it convenient? We
It
play a
is
little
so-
Lorne, and all of a sudden X Derek shows
I
up in the
swear.
chat.
I swear, I'm out of town. I'm at Latin summer school, and I just happened.
Liar!
I just happened to log in. I figured, let me check what you two are up to while I have some downtime, and it was Lorne.
Liar!
Meanwhile, when you showed up, I quickly went and put my macaroni necklace on because I was like,
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
I only have a tiny icon, so I can barely see anything.
I had to, quickly. I didn't want to. I mean, because it's the most beautiful necklace I've ever had.
Not intentional. $1.99. Welcome, X Derek. People had questions. That's not actually my cat. That's something from the internet. Because my cat would never do anything that I wanted it to do. So.
Rod?
Yes.
Oh, stepped on it.
Rod? Taking you so long to answer me.
I'm typing.
What do you mean? To Rod?
Yes.
Bye, Jamie. What?
What is it?
Don't leave.
What do you mean, what is it? No, Jamie. Never fucking mind. You know what? You want to spend all your fucking time with Rod? You go ahead. I'm so sorry that I got in the way of you and Rod. Bye.
Doo-doo-doo.
So now we're going to have the absolute rage of this man. Remember, this is a woman that he loves. He wants to marry. He believes she is going to marry him. And remember, this is what he believes she looks like.
And
You
that's
see
how
this
he's
on
talking
screen?
to her.
And this is this pathetic man that looks like this. This disgusting pedophile.
You mean Justin Timberlake?
Believes that he's actually conversing with somebody that looks like this, and this is how he acts over her talking to somebody else.
What?
Also, for those who don't know, that was Mama Gwen on the right side.
With the pig nose.
Oh yeah.
Lauren's mom.
No, that wasn't rage. This is rage.
Oh,
Right
Rage
here,
is
Anna B.
coming.
Rage is coming, Anna B.
Jamie, you can't even fucking talk to me without texting that motherfucker! Are you fucking joking me? Fuck you!
I've
Do you
listened to that so many times.
Do you understand now, Anna? That was rage that we just saw. That
Pretend
was
that's
the
what-
rage.
To know who Rod is.
Wait. Who is Rod?
Yeah.
Rod is a nobody. It's a made up character. It's nobody.
Well,
Rod.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Dexter. Go ahead.
but so within the universe, within the story, Rod is yet another love interest that comes into play. That's basically just the formula for Lorne.
Right.
Set him up with a catfish, introduce another guy, get Lorne raging, repeat. Rod is supposed to be Rod Flanders from The Simpsons, actually, and is a virgin, and wants this porn star, Jamie Amy, to take his virginity.
Thank you,
And she
Judge.
does.
Yeah, I mean, it's Rod is the nerd, right? No, Rod is the nerd. Todd is the muscle man, right?
Oh, I always get him mixed up.
One of them's a nerd. One of them is a bodybuilder, and he does not understand the reference of Rod and Todd from Simpsons because he
Rod
doesn't
is what?
he cannot watch the internet at all. But yeah, that's his rage, Anna B. Like, you thought he was angry before? No, and this isn't even major. Like, Sheffrey is his major rage, but he gets. Why is he so impatient? He's not impatient. He's jealous. It's jealousy.
This is a woman he has no real like he doesn't see her. They just are on the phone. He sounds like a man British robot, and this is how pissed off he's getting.
Yeah. Maybe you have to do the no.
You hung up again.
Jamie, I'm not fucking dealing with your fucking horseshit. If you're in love with that virgin ass motherfucking bitch, then go fucking get him. You're not fucking doing this shit to me. He is obviously means a lot to you. You forget all about me because of this cocksucker. You fucking put me on hold for 30 seconds to talk to him, to check for a message from the motherfucker. You fucking didn't want to text me last night because you wanted to fucking spend time with him. You can't fucking talk to me tonight without fucking typing to him. You're not treating me like that. Have a good night with your little fucking virgin-ass bitch boy, Rod.
Perfection.
It is
the only time
perfection.
he's ever hung up on someone? Because I've never heard him.
No. He plays the hang up game a lot.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He loves the hang up game.
Yeah.
That tracks.
And as
Alright,
Boom Shaky said, there's Yancey the turtle, made up turtle. He rages against that. Donkey Kong rages against that. A mouse rages against that. A lollipop rages against that.
Yes. This is the most insecure man you'll ever witness, right? It's amazing.
You'll never be ready. You just have to go with the flow.
Hear me out. Do you remember if the lollipop was after he supposedly got married to Winnie in that ceremony?
I don't know about lollipop. I mean, that's how crazy this whole thing is. Two people that are well versed in Lornography cannot know about some other content from somebody else, or from some other. That's how much content there is. I don't know. What is the lollipop?
So I think it's when he got married to Winnie. I could be wrong. If someone like Boom Shaky may know, or Octopushy, or Billy if he's there.
What, like proposing with a lollipop ring?
No. They may have gotten married, and then she has a lollipop in her mouth, and she's really enjoying it. And he hates the fact that Winnie is enjoying the lollipop more so than being married to him.
Well, it sounds about right.
Hmm.
I mean, no, I mean, I don't know. Like, it sounds about right that that's
I know
what Lorne.
I know he gets jealous of the lollipop. I'm just trying to remember timeline wise, and the Winnie calls are all out of order, so that makes it even harder.
Right. No, I don't. I've never heard the lollipop.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a short one, but it's a good one.
Okay, well, just looking at while you're here, Eric, we're gonna go to part 2 of the pretrial statement because we gotta have a renderer going in the background here. But
2. In the petitioner's pretrial memorandum, page 4, he denies the respondent's ability to exercise any, quote, meaningful parental role, end quote, due to her incarceration. This is an inapplicable assumption without merit, and untruthful along with many of their other attempted slanderous remarks in the hopes to avoid the truth of their own faults and violations throughout this case. One obscure moment does not define her as a whole, and all that she does mean, has, and will to her son, especially after he is aware of her sincere efforts to represent herself against the petitioner, honestly and definitely. The respondent will always be meaningful and...
You notice how there's no case law cited in there anywhere, right?
Yeah, that's for them to look up.
I did look up all the cases that she referenced. There is no case law that supports paying somebody alimony while they're incarcerated.
So of course, I came in late. I just popped in. This is a pretrial for her family court.
Yeah, this is basically, you have the pretrial, or you have the court case coming up, right? You've got all these issues that need to be cited, A through I, right? Everyone provides their pretrial statement, saying what their position is, and so where there's agreement, we don't have to discuss it, right? We only have to focus on the disagreements. And she is basically littering the entire thing with garbage, not agreeing to nothing, and she is not supporting any of her arguments with
33
case
pages.
law. Yeah, 33 pages.
33 pages.
Yeah.
His lawyer's version was 9 pages. And she is going on and on about, like, there's no reason to not pay alimony, but then it's just her words. She doesn't provide any case law to back up the statements of, like, here's where the court has ruled. Even if you're incarcerated, you still owe them alimony. I've done the research. I have found 0 cases that support paying alimony to an incarcerated individual. All of the cases she cites, none of them support paying alimony to an incarcerated individual. She's just listing it like you would in 10th grade, like she stopped learning at, right? Where you're just listing out sources like, look how many things I researched. Look at all these resources. Looks like I am great. I am good, right?
$600 for her brothers down the rat hole, by the way.
Great point.
Yeah.
Because the only applicable thing when you cite something that is supported by case law, you put it right after the support, right? If you do like a quote, right? You say, hey, listen, like earlier when she said, Florida law supports that, you continue to pay alimony to prison inmates, right? End quote. You put the case law of George v. George or whatever, or George v. Florida or whatever, something in there to support your argument. She doesn't do any of that. She puts case law at the end that doesn't have anything to do with it. Most of the case law actually that she cites supports modifying downward from alimony. Like it's all like lifetime alimony converted down to like, okay, well, no, you don't need this alimony actually because of these other money. So it's always downward departure of alimony that she's citing, which is ridiculous.
Important and significant to her son. No matter where she is and how hard the petitioner and his counsel try to inappropriately quote prove otherwise. Meaningful does not mean money, which the petitioner has an abundance of and is confessing otherwise. After the respondent was married to him and his family for 13 years and has known for over 3.
What kind of camp is Derek at? He's at Latin camp.
Right? Latin summer school camp.
Yeah, Latin summer school camp. That's right.
3 decades.
Oh, you are supposed to get a visit from the Moors later, right?
That's week? Right. The Moors and I are going to go on a vacation. So me and Kayla could have some alone time.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Kayla Marie Moore, the original
love interest for Lorne.
The original love interest from Lorne in the TCAP sting, was dating Derek during the TCAP sting, but they had broken up. And so they've rekindled their relationship, and maybe the Moors are going to stop by.
We weren't broken up.
Okay, well.
It's meaningful means encouraging, acknowledging, understanding, listening to, believing in.
Notice all these definitions that are meaningful are all meaningless.
Yeah, just words.
They have no actual value or financial value or concrete. It's just encouraging, acknowledging, understanding, listening to, believing in, making stronger and more beautiful.
And making stronger and more beautiful, foremost and above all.
If anyone wonders what my voice sounds like when I read this, that's what it sounds like.
Meaningful means love, which the respondent ceaselessly and immeasurably will always have to wholeheartedly provide for her son, which is priceless. And no circumstance or, quote, agreement or, quote, modification in any lifetime can change or end. The petitioner himself failed incredibly to provide these.
He didn't just fail. He incredibly failed.
Yeah.
Sarah.
The biggest word she knows how to express that.
Incredibly and futuristically and perpetually
Necessary attributes to the
empiristically
respondent during their marriage, which contributed immensely to their inevitable divorce. He does not nor will admit this in any of his filings or under oath, and only attempts to mutate her character and integrity he knows is real and true as his former friend, wife, and the mother of their child.
What is that?
She has no integrity.
No.
Talking about? Are you saying Sarah lies?
She did nothing wrong. She did nothing wrong. It was hide and seek gone wrong. That's all it was.
Okay.
She's going to get out of jail.
Yeah, I mean, her pending appeal, assuming nothing else changes, she's going to get out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Assuming Brian doesn't step in.
The respondent and mother is avidly striving to and will continue her pursuit to be even more meaningful to her son in her continued hard-fought efforts to see him in person while temporarily located at DOC in the meantime of her appeal release and all other positive aspects she and her son have on the horizon.
Get this woman a mental health check right now. Get this woman a mental health guidance counselor, some kind of checkup right now. This is what you believe your life is, temporarily located at DOC on a lifetime sentence without parole in the meantime of her appeal, release, and all other positive aspects.
Her diagnosis is literally a bad personality.
Oh my God.
You know, I've been thinking about this. So I've been watching a lot of BK, Brian Koberger's, like there's like body analysis, like body language analysis videos, and I've been watching a few of them, and comparing BK to Sarah Boone has been really interesting because their body language is totally different.
Yeah.
But I don't know why that line just brought it up to me. Like the idea that she thinks she's going to get out of this situation is just absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah, it's like, I guess they also call it magical thinking, which is basically just people in denial, from what I can tell. But it's something a little different, I guess. But and as I was saying earlier, I don't know if she really thinks that or if she's just so tied up in her fight of the moment, her fight for control of the moment, that she doesn't really, I don't think she's really thinking about it, because if she was, she wouldn't be in this situation. She would have pled out, she turned this into something that was like, it took on a life of its own.
Well, I wonder sometimes if it's just like when you are so invested in a certain position, right? Or you are so like let's call it drunk, right? You are so invested in an argument.
Out of sorts.
That is not going to happen. That is not going to, or not going to resolve itself. And you are just so implanted on what you think is going to happen that you just keep arguing over and over, and the person's like, I'll talk to you tomorrow, whatever, right? And you only wake up the next day and realize, oh, I screwed up, right? But in her opinion, or in her position, the I screwed up is I'm going to spend the rest of my life in prison, which is so foreign to her.
Screw up.
No, it's so it's so incapable of her to like understand or accept that she has to go with the with her original argument, right? Like it's such an anathema, whatever. right? Does that make sense? She
It
can't
does.
accept the idea that this is her life and this is who she is and this is what she's done.
Right. She
And
still
this
sees
is going to be her
herself-
future.
Yeah,
Right.
forever. And I don't think she's not much of a future thinker. Clearly, she doesn't think. She was not getting a job. Her alimony was going to run out. She was just getting drunk and torturing George. And I don't think her future was foremost on her mind. And people like this generally, people who commit certain kinds of crimes, not always this crime, but they don't think about the future. They figure they'll figure it out when they're,
Right. Yeah. It will be. Well, I can.
You're not thinking about it at all.
I can adjust later. I can correct
Right.
whatever mistakes I've made later. Just got to get through this. Yeah, and whatever. So I'm trying to do two things at once. Sorry.
Page 4. B. The child. Children. A. Full names, ages, and dates of birth of the children. M. Boone. Minor son. Please note, this is the correct spelling of his name, which is incorrect on the petitioner's pretrial memorandum. B.
Oh, well, that's evidence right there. Take the custody away.
Yep.
Right? Misspelled the child's name.
Minor child has been living with petitioner while respondent has been incarcerated and working towards her release in her pending appeal. C. Gross and net income. Petitioner is claiming unemployment for the past 3 and refuses to submit requested statements which include credit cards, tax returns, bank account, etc. for further review by respondent in court to justify his spending habits with no supposed income while supporting a child. On multiple occasions when respondent would attempt to contact petitioner, he would answer by stating, quote, "I'm working and don't have time for you," end quote. Quote, "Stop calling you while I'm working," end quote. Quote, "I have a real job," end quote. Respondent is incarcerated and the position she holds does not pay monetarily. D&E, child support. $100 per month was ordered to be paid to respondent.
Absolutely, Sabrosa.
Payments by petitioner have been reserved by the appropriate agency where he can utilize towards the minor child since the respondent became incarcerated, in which request to be included in the disbursement of for him when the time comes. F. Medical.
It's just bullshit. She demands control of how the money she is giving up is spent.
Yes.
Again, I don't understand. I don't think she understands how the court will look at this. Like, you are wanting to decide how the $100 is spent. Like, you have a
full plan is a reverse Ponzi scheme. Sorry.
Yeah, reverse Ponzi scheme.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I mean,
she wants to control the $100. Like, this is not something you put in motion. Like a lawyer would say, like, don't put that you want to control how the $100 is spent, because $100 ultimately is not going to make or break a child's life. Like, unless there's like a serious medical condition where they're just being impoverished or nothing is happening, right? The parent that is with them is going to know how to better spend this money, and you don't. But she doesn't understand that. She whether she understands it or not, she wants that control. I don't want him to spend any penny without my control.
This is a life of it. This is all she's concerned about now.
Right. I want to be able to control them for the rest of my life. Now that I'm locked up, I need some control.
Mental vision unknown. Respondent attempts to provide concerns and questions to the petitioner regarding her son's health on a regular, consistent basis, where without such concerns would go unnoticed and uncared about by the petitioner. The minor son has voiced he is glad for the care and reminders by the respondent, asking her to please continue doing so. G. Special needs issues including medical, emotional, educational. Respondent continues to meaningfully encourage her son's creative brilliance, overall well-being, and is requesting the reserve support payments be abundantly applied to him for this in every way needed. H. Proposed contact schedule or reference to a filed parenting plan as long as the parenting plan is complete. Please see below under resolutions. I. GAL report and any agreements about whether the court may consider the GAL report and any stipulations to hearsay in the report. Respondent requested and filed a motion for a guardian ad litem for this vital evidence she could have used to prove her, quote, meaningful role in the continued
Yeah, another motion that was denied. You're bringing up it again. It's so stupid.
verbal abuse, lies, hindrances of the petitioner. She also wanted to include her son, where she discussed with him prior and asked his permission to proceed in doing so. He wanted to do his own research to make sure he did correctly, and which is the reason also for the, quote, delay petitioner's counsel accused respondent of attempting to do for the upcoming trial.
So I don't understand this section. If somebody can help me out. I don't understand why Lucas would say he wants to do his own research
Wouldn't.
to make sure he does correctly.
Of course,
Well,
it's a lie.
It's a lie, but like,
Why is she telling the lie? Is what you're saying.
why is she telling the lie? And how does this lie work out in her head? That he's like, oh, I want to do my own research to make sure I apply correctly. That's. I mean, when it comes
to prove that Brian is a terrible dad, and he has to do it himself, and even he, as a teenager, realizes that.
Right. Even his child knows how incompetent he is.
So
And
the
even his child is so unhappy with the situation that he's going to start doing legal research.
He doesn't want to present the evidence of his dad being an asshole incorrectly, is what he's saying.
Right. He's going to put together a whole thing.
So he's going down to the law library at the college, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting there under one of the little green lamps they have, right? Sitting in there and be like researching, be like, where can I say my dad is an asshole?
I'm so unhappy. I miss my mommy so much.
I miss my mommy. I want to make sure that this is correct.
And also, what stuck out to me was when she said, his creative brilliance. Like, she really wants to show how she's still such an amazing mom, even while she's incarcerated.
Yes, she gave birth to a creative brilliant.
Yeah.
A genius.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't occur to her that they can actually speak to the child if they so.
I mean, and it's nothing against Lucas, but it's nothing against Lucas, but according to Sarah, he's asked for a bird feeder for the bird that's talking to him. He's not coming up with the next Newtonian equation for gravity or what.
Also, we don't know. None of any of this is necessarily true. Like,
true, yeah.
I know. I'm just saying.
I mean, I get what you're saying, of course, and it's the thing is that what her lies are is they're even more informative than the truth would be, because I'm sure he's just doing kid stuff, whatever that is, and but her lies tell us everything. It's just hard to figure out because she's so stupid and such a liar, and so just.
Maybe he just had to make a birdhouse for woodcrafting class or something.
I like to imagine that Lucas is so like 200 IQ. He's sitting there like in his brain is just like boom, 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 like listening to his mom and being like, "You are never getting out of prison. You are going to be convicted, and your appeal will fail because of this." And she's like, "Didn't you want a bird feeder?"
Selfish.
He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
I hope that's true.
Your human concentration is of no importance to me, woman. I cannot listen to you on the phone anymore. I'm going to hang up this phone. I do not need to charge it. Don't you want to talk to mommy? Like, she's so stupid below his level of intelligence. I have figured out a perpetual motion machine. I do not need your correspondence anymore, woman.
He doesn't have to be that smart to be that much smarter than her, though.
She's like, oh my God, he's a genius. I created that genius.
Yeah. The court denied respondent's motion.
So don't bring it up.
Cases, not applicable. K.
I think this is my favorite section right here. Okay, so I'm going to step them right on the speech, but reference to any stipulations not included above She starts with none, and then she goes on for several paragraphs. If it's none, you don't need to write anything here, right?
Reference any stipulations not included above. None. Petitioner has implemented proposed
Oh my
stipulations in his
God.
modification document
None. You don't need to do any of this.
in regards to the respondent's incarceration. This document has no judgment to date and is ineffective. By taking control of this case without proper proceedings or permission by the judge, he has made this case unlawful and unequal for the respondent.
Was this like some Saw reference? Do you want to play
No,
a
that's-
trivia game? No,
Oh,
no.
maybe.
I think,
Or is it about the bees?
The bees.
do you want to play a game? No, but I think it's. Do you want to play a game like Saw
But with bees?
with trivia game? Yeah.
How many
Historically
eyes does
and
a bee
throughout.
have?
Petitioner continues to violate the active agreements, including before any expiration.
No, okay. I think this is another misconception that's getting floated around. She doesn't owe him $50 a day. It cannot be $50 a day. It'd be $1,500 in prison, which they're I don't know how the legislature can pass that. Right? So I don't know that's possible.
They are calculating. This expiration
I think $50 a month, maybe, or $5 a day.
is also based on completion alimony, which has not been upon the petitioner's willful violations of ignoring the court's authority and orders to pay/continue to pay and abide by the parenting plan to encourage, not discourage, the respondent's added intentions to remain in her son's life. The petitioner's pattern of parental alienation and defamation, actively attempting to sever the bond between respondent and minor child, is undeniable and intentional. Case law. Blah, 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 blah.
So yeah, none of the cases have anything to do with what she's talking about.
It's all the
So-
same name versus the same. Oh, right, because they're divorces.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Resolutions. Order petitioner to facilitate 1. Telephone calls
This is
daily
amazing.
with funds added without interruption. 2. Tablet messages with credits to fully utilize features. 3. Virtual visits to be determined. 4. In-person visits 1 to 2 per month with maximum.
I mean, this is just like the ultimate wish list of her, right?
And she wouldn't be happy with this either. The more you give, the more she needs and takes and drives you crazy. And
One
this is
to two a
insane.
month?
Yeah.
They don't they live in North Carolina?
No, they live in
they
Gainesville.
Gainesville, Florida, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but also without interruption, she wants all these text messages paid for, and she can run up some money on these texts.
Oh, yes, she can.
You know, I mean, and once she gets the money for them, she won't be using them for these anyway. Probably.
No, she needs it for delicious delights.
That's correct. Jumping Java.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's just you put TBD in resolutions. Like, yeah, I want this, but in the future, but that's not how court orders work.
Not how any of this works, and
You
it gets worse.
Idiot.
Allowable time afforded by the correctional facility. 5. Include respondent in all holidays, including schooling and any other time minor child wants to include the respondent.
And Flag Day.
Flag Day, yeah. So this means 1 day off of school. I need to confer with my wife who's in prison about what we're going to do on a 3-day weekend.
6. Compel petitioner to include respondent in all major decision-making regarding the minor child.
This is such an insane fucking list.
This woman killed a man, is doing life in prison, and this man is. And before she did any of this, he was already taking full time. He was a full-time parent. He's taking care of her son. She is angry at him.
She wasn't exercising any of these rights beforehand. She has
right.
no
On the
proof of it,
contrary.
right? She's like, can can you pick up the customer? Okay.
Yeah. Lying in bed because she could be doing something. She could be looking for a job or cleaning her townhome, which she admits she was not.
I'm just so tired from cleaning yesterday.
Yeah. Even the property manager was like, I never saw her outside with her son. George would ride the bike with him and play with him.
Yeah, well, Kim's an asshole.
And then she beat her boyfriend with that kid's bat.
And then I killed him with a suitcase, right? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
You're going to call me a killer.
You're going to call me killer, murderer.
I am not.
I am not. And as long as my appeal goes through, I'm going to be free.
Temporary.
This is temporary life imprisonment.
7. Enforce communication, regular correspondence of petitioner with respondent in all available options, including phone calls, tablet messages.
We're all forgetting who could work with a stab wound like Sarah had in her leg. Especially if it got infected. It got infected because she didn't take care of it, and she had to go back for 5 surgeries because she kept picking at it or whatever, or spilling wine on it.
Also, not even. I don't know if you saw the video I did where I show that the stab wound that she shows in the trial. They show the picture of her in the hospital bed, and it's on the opposite leg, on the other side of the leg.
Really?
Marguerite. Yes. Okay, well, they got the wrong leg, but Marguerite M wants to know, Suma, are you trying to make this worse?
Yes, I'm trying to make this worse for you. Are you trying to make me feel worse? Are you trying to make this worse?
Trying to make this worse?
She says it in her interrogation when he's like,
yeah, we all know.
Nonetheless,
we know.
I have to live without him.
You're trying to make this worse?
Yeah.
Well,
know
that.
Like,
I have to live without him. Like, yeah. So
know that.
Know that.
So to his daughters. You trying to make this worse?
Yeah. And he's like, what?
Okay. Forever Wanderer is saying, by the way, Fuller charges inmates $50 a day each day of their sentence. Okay. So I guess. What I mean, I guess this must be true. Enough people said it. I apologize to everyone that I doubted.
They must have some kind of system where they get funds to cover it, right? Because no one's paying that. I mean,
and NWAW Skeptic is right. We are killing her right now.
That's true.
You guys are killing me right now.
Letters, third-party representatives, any manner necessary she requests or uses at the time of her needed communication. 8. Enforce petitioner to.
You know what? You know why these streams last so long? It's because of the chat. All right. Chat, you are too distracting.
Keep respondent updated regarding minor child proposed vacations, appointments, meetings.
Oh, extra chat is the best part. You know what? You can join the chat. Banished.
Any/all happenings in his life so she is aware of and included. 9. Enforce perpetual cooperation of the petitioner with the respondent.
Oh my God. I hated reading this. Enforce perpetual cooperation. I don't know. Maybe nobody else has that like impact of that word. Perpetual is
forever. You do whatever I want forever.
Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
The only word she could have replaced it with was infinite. That would be worse. Enforce perpetual cooperation, as if she is the wronged party. Like, oh my God,
she is the wrong party. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
In order to simplify, relieve, prevent ongoing and future problems for herself and son from his continued intentional lack of throughout this entire family law case and prior.
And this is how I know this is somebody like typing it for her, because these sentences don't make sense. They're incomplete.
But she writes in incomplete sentences all the time.
I know, but like if she was typing it, I think she would have read it maybe and thought, well, yeah, okay, well, whatever.
Petitioner to complete co-parenting course and counseling focused on parental alienation and communication strategies to promote compliance. 11. Hold petitioner in contempt for violating the court-ordered act of...
Wait a minute. Florida isn't fucked. Look, they locked up Sarah for life. I think
That's
Florida's
true.
doing fine.
We can't blame them on that one.
No.
They're locking them up. It's not like up here in Washington where we're letting people go after. There was a case a few months ago. This guy, he was speeding. He was going 150 miles an hour in his Audi. He smashed into a minivan, killed a mother and 3 kids, right? It was his 3rd reckless accident within 1 year. He killed 4 people and he got 15 years. I mean,
those are BK numbers.
This is the insanity I'm talking about. Florida is doing fine. Washington is the garbage state in terms of legal punishment.
Parenting plan explaining to him and his counsel complaints is not an option and is mandatory unless formally modified by
Baba
the court.
Ganoush.
12.
He totaled 3 fucking cars in 1 year in reckless high-speed accidents and got 15 years for killing 4 people.
Impose sanctions to the petitioner for parental alienation, including potential modifications of the custody agreement in the respondent's favor. The court has this authority when an obvious, detrimental pattern of parental alienation is demonstrated, as with the petitioner. Page 4, Item C, alimony. Marital settlement agreement. Active, without modification during the respondent's incarceration of 2020 to present. Signed by both parties, petitioner and respondent, notarized, witnessed, and filed in the circuit court.
Debbie. I understand what you said.
Final judgment, active, without modification during respondent's incarceration of 2020 to 2025.
Yeah, Mr. Furley. Yeah, Washington is the bastion of bad sentencing up here. So Florida is doing all right. They locked her away when they didn't have to. He put her away for life. Florida is doing just fine.
5 to present. Page 5, Item 11 and 3, 8. Beginning May 1st, 2018, and continuing on the first day of each month thereafter, the husband shall pay to the wife the sum of $1,000, $1,000 per month, end quote.
There's no beginning quote.
A petitioner willfully makes the ongoing non-compliant decision to violate existing verbal and filed court orders in accordance with active agreements to pay his obligated alimony to the respondent, blatantly making his own rules to attempt control over this case, the court, and the respondent.
So I think we'll go through her talk about compound interest at the end here, where I really lose my mind. And then we will go to the Lorne video after that, which is everyone's going to be switched over, redirected over there. So just letting everyone know.
And actually, I'm going to drop now because I got an early morning.
Of course. Typical ex-Derek behavior.
Typical.
I'm texting you both the picture that I was talking about with the stab wound.
Okay, cool.
But have a good night.
Thank you
for joining
All right,
us.
ex-Derek.
Thanks for letting me pop in.
Always.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right, ex-Derek says bye.
Denied payments of ordered full alimony payments since respondent's incarceration to present date. Ceasing payments altogether while respondent was located at OCCD. This action directly violates the standing orders issued by the court and is without legal justice.
And ex-Derek gets so much love. For a 13-year-old. For a 13-year-old.
Notification directly placing petitioner in contempt for non-payment. Was verbally ordered in court to continue payments in his counsel in a separate direct statement made by prior circuit judge Michael Dean in the case management conference on September 19th, 2022, requested by the respondent from her repeated and still ongoing exclusion and indigent status from non-payment of alimony. Should have obeyed court orders and continued payments up to, quote, expiration date, end quote, based upon completion, if not to the respondent as directed, but to an escrow account in an attempt to show good faith efforts in obedience and cooperation with the case and court as a whole for determination and disbursement at the appointed time, into the appropriate party by the judge. B. Quote, upon the death of either party, the wife's remarriage or after 84 payments have been made, whichever shall occur first, the obligation shall cease except for any arrears, end quote. None of the aforementioned criteria has been met at any time by the respondent, and no stipulation is entered in any agreements between the parties regarding the ability to cease upon incarceration, to cease completely, and without due process of petitioning the court for an order with permission to do so. C. Quote, the alimony is modifiable upon a showing of a substantial change in circumstances, end quote. Petitioner has made differing claims as to the reason for the need to modify the existing final judgment. In one motion, it states he is unable to pay his obligated alimony due to unemployment. In another, because the respondent is a ward of the state. She continues to attempt to understand her position of defense, requesting clarity as to the petitioner's rationale behind the modification motion. In 2023, petitioner relocated with the minor child, claiming one of the primary reasons was the necessity to pursue better financial opportunities. For over three years, he remains without work and supposed income, making no meaningful effort to secure such financial opportunities despite being fully capable. Kevy. This ongoing pattern suggests not a lack of opportunity, but a calculated attempt to avoid his financial obligations of alimony to the respondent. Petitioner also continues to grow his contempt of court in his bad faith efforts of being ordered to submit visitation applications during the pretrial conference on May 29, 2025, for her son to see her in person after 7-month ongoing of her requesting. D. His counsel even verbally volunteered to submit these applications for petitioner, so no further excuses could be given considering the time frame of her numerous attempts and after their embarrassment of being sanctioned for overruling the court, excluding the respondent in the uniform ordered meeting of attorneys and unrepresented parties to simplify, possibly avoid trial, and not seeking permission to avoid participation altogether. E. She believes the primary reason for both still not submitting to date is because he has to enter his employer's information, name, address, phone number, which would perjure his statements of, quote, unemployment and prove the respondent's ongoing truths regarding his income and ability to pay. No stipulation is entered in any agreements between the parties regarding the suspension or termination of the existing order of alimony upon incarceration, and no documentation has been entered with permission to do so by the court. Petitioner has not been granted by any judge in this family law case to cease or reduce his alimony obligations to the respondent. Regardless of the respondent's incarceration, she still has basic living expenses within the facility, such as hygiene items, communication, phone calls, tablet messages, video visits, medical copays, weekly facility draws, and other essential costs not covered by the institution. F. She also faced priority costs such as her son, securing her vehicle, storage unit, 30-year bank account, affording vital evidence in her defense, and a possible attorney.
Oh my God, did she get to the compound interest yet?
Well, yeah, she's going through her, all of her expenses, and including her vehicle and her 30-year bank account, and her expenses for her son, which is zero.
Jesus.
I mean, she always had to ask for more money from Brian because she spent all the money that was supposed to go toward the hot water on Woodbridge Chardonnay.
Properly represent her in this case, all of which have been lost due to the willful refusal of legally owed alimony payments being made to the respondent by the petitioner, and without the court's permission to discontinue. J. Suspending or terminating the respondent's court-awarded alimony also creates a greater vulnerability and hardship to reintegrate into society overall, and with her son foremost to rebuild a life together successfully upon the proactive outcome of her pending appeal and in the meantime of. K. The respondent is very simply trying to maintain financial dignity and support while confidently serving and working towards a stronger, more optimistic future by finally receiving her lawfully ordered, overdue alimony payments she has been unlawfully penalized to rightfully receive by the petitioner. Case law. Florida Statute 61.14, blah, 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 blah.
That's the end of that. Okay, I'm just going to show really quick the compound interest part. And then we will save the rest for part 2 for tomorrow. Okay. But this was obviously, as an accountant, you know, it just bothers me. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you could be stupid. You can say stupid things, or believe stupid things, but don't bring them up in an argument as to like part of your stupid argument of, let me see here.
Total owed by petitioner pre.
Okay. Getting balance at the end of 2020 plus that's
Florida 21, 12 months, 2022, 12 months, 2023, 12 months, 2024, 12 months, 2025, 4 months. Petitioner is basing on completion of his 84 ordered payments per agreements April, which is to date and obviously incomplete. 7. Hold petitioner accountable for the interest accrued on arrears as a matter of equity, law, and appropriate authority, calculated as follows per Florida law. Quote, Florida law imposes interest on unpaid child support and alimony at a statutory rate. As of July 1st, 2025, the interest rate for unpaid child support is set at 8.9% per year and may vary annually. Interest begins accruing on the overdue balance as soon as a payment is missed and means the longer the arrears go unpaid, the higher the balance grows due to compounding interest. In many cases, interest can become a significant part of the arrears balance, so it's important to address unpaid support as soon as possible. 8.9% interest, Florida law, times 62 months, incarceration equals $5,518.
I mean, I hate to be... I mean, this is just to let you know, as an accountant, as somebody who understands formulas, this is as frustrating as somebody telling you that water is not wet. This is...
Yeah. Well, this is Sarah. That's how she does.
Be the person to point this out, Sarah, but you're on. That's not how compounding interest is calculated. Plus, that's the interest rate for 2025. It wasn't the interest rate for prior years. Maybe this is just another math thing. Maybe it's just another accounting thing that I've just suffered through that thinks. I mean, she even put it in her explanation, compounding interest. Compounding interest means it's recalculated. If it's annual, right, then whatever the interest rate for 2020 was, you multiply the outstanding balance at the end of 2020 times the interest rate imputed. Yes. Well, Kayla, you're right. Idiot. Whatever it would have been, let's say it was 5%. Okay, so let's say 20. And just everyone, if you could follow my example here, like I'm not saying everyone needs to understand how to do it, right? But can you follow what I'm telling you here? You multiply the outstanding balance at the end of 2020 times the interest rate imputed, whatever it would have been, let's say it was 5%. Okay, so let's say 2020, you owe 10 months, $10,000, 5%, so you owe $500. So then 10,500 is the starting balance. Then at the end of 2021, when there's another 12,000 added on the unpaid payment, it's 22,500. Do you understand, Suma? Right? The interest is added as a principal base at that point. You're not listening?
I'm listening, but I mean, math is not my thing, as you know.
But compounding interest means like it compounds, right? So if you have a daily compounding interest, that's like the best thing for an investment, right? It's the worst thing for an expense, right? Yeah. So because the interest that you owed before now gets interest accrued upon it. So she's talking about accrued interest, and what she does is she's like, oh, it's 5 years times this interest rate. That's my compound interest. That is the most idiotic calculation of compound interest ever, times whatever the implied interest rate is. It's not 22,000 times that rate. That's what compounding interest is. She's so stupid.
$5,518 interest plus $62,000 arrears equals total owed by petitioner pre-deductions from the court of $67,518.
No, that's not what it equals. If you
I
have
like you out of
compelling
character in
interest,
the wig, by the way.
moron.
9. Respondent is requesting 3.
And we'll just listen to the halfway through the 20th page. It's going better than I thought it was going to be. Taste the Rockies. Flag. Rock, flag, and eagle. Can anyone tell me what show that's from? Thank you. Let's make it a little Boilermaker. You don't know, Suma?
No, I don't think so.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh, there goes the cap. I don't want to kill you. Do you feel in charge? No, brother. They expect to find a body. All right, let's go. All right, so we're going to convert and we're going to transition now to the Lorne stream. And we got a little bit of Lorne overview as the outro, and we will all see you over there. Oh, wait. I got to send some of the, I got to send you the link.
Yeah.
1 second. Invite.
I don't think I put it properly on my thing today anyway, by the way, which is how I should have just left it.
Well, no, I just created it during the show.
Well, I mean,
so.
this one doesn't matter. How are you sending it to me? Text or email or
No,
in the chat?
email.
Okay.
Join link. Yeah, I can't do it on my computer. Yeah, Suma went ahead and put the link for the stream in her post.
Hear me out. Send me the wrong thing, and he forced me to do something very stupid.
Yes. It is that. It is that.
Voyeuristically and probably futuristically.
Yes, I did it. It's my fault. It's all my fault. I hope to see you everyone over there because it is so hilarious. All right. Did you get the link?
Oh God, this is so much work for me.
So much work.
I have to do everything. Now I'm looking for my. Wait a minute. Here it is.
You got it?
Not yet. Yep, I got it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will end this stream, and we will see you over there.
Alrighty.
Well, oh wait. Just in case, I will add the stream link in the chat here because the extension doesn't always work, right? Or the redirect doesn't always work. All right, here we go.
Woohoo!
Adios. Oops, not leave. End stream. All right, everything you're about to hear is 100% real. Lorne was born the youngest of 6 kids in Maine. He finished 87th out of 87 in high school. He's 55 as of 2025. He has no marketable skills, no distinguishable personality, and he has a romantic delusions, emotional intelligence, and hormones of a 13-year-old boy. He's extremely stupid, yet managed to steal $30,000 from an elderly couple in 2007, after which he fled to Nashville to pursue his country music career. He's also a terrible singer. Once he arrived in Nashville, he quickly went into Yahoo chat rooms, and for over a month in 400 pages, he groomed what he thought was his 13-year-old soulmate, Kayla Marie Armstrong. Her last name's Armstrong because he proposed to her on day 6 after showing his small crooked penis on webcam after 1 hour on day 1 through 31. Kayla was actually a decoy for an NBC To Catch a Predator sting. He drove on fumes in his truck to Bowling Green, Kentucky on his 37th birthday and introduced himself to the world by crying on TV in front of Chris Hansen and the sheriffs. By the way, he cries a lot, but it's fake most of the time. After 6 years in prison, he was released, and instead of showing any signs of growth or personal reflection, he has continued to pursue and engage in relationships with women over the phone since 2017. All these phone calls and texts are recorded because, of course, none of these women are actually interested in Lorne. Many of them aren't even real. It has all been an ongoing effort to show that Lorne is just as dangerous today as the day he went to prison. Since the calls began, the sequence of women in Lorne's life has been Ramona, Emma, Wendy, who became Winnie, Rhoda, Winnie's daughter, Debbie, Winnie's sister, Jamie Amy, the friend of Winnie and Debbie. Jamie loses her voice due to COVID, begins speaking with a British robot voice, text-to-speech, and Casey Morrow, actress from the original Sting that played the decoy, is peppered in there many times, played by many different people, and he believes all these people are real. He loves them all, even though Lorne has convinced himself he's been in relationships with all these people. He continuously cheats on them with each other and is recorded and embarrassed all the time. He does nothing but yell and scream and say stupid things Every part of his life is an embarrassment. You cannot think of something that this guy does not do that is not embarrassing. And he's convinced he's one of the greatest catchers in the world. If only people would start being real with him. So please join us. Laugh. These are hilarious. There's so much more. It's very hard to explain, but I guarantee you, this is the greatest story that no one has ever heard of. It is better than any TV show that's ever been written because it's all real. You can't fake it. And that's why you need to watch or listen.